Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Stock Market Live with LCALD. I do want to apologize. My stream got booted off here. Stocks are on the high here right now. My stream got booted off here during that break. Apparently, I violated some policies there showing you guys that game. So I do apologize there. And I just noticed, like I said, that site was having some pop-up problems anyway. But I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. It is 1:13. We are back here though from lunch here. Wall Street's been back here. You can see they're still continuing to buy here. You see, you got March Madness going on. A lot of stuff happening here. But we are live here again. Like I said, I do want to apologize. I'm getting things reset up right here, making sure I don't have anything that can get me internet policed here again. So hopefully not. But yeah, I kind of figured. I think I said that before the video ended, but we won't even be able to see that video. They took it, deleted it. It's gone. It's history. So yeah, everything that I recorded here, what was it, from 9:30 to all the way probably up to about 1 p.m., maybe even like 12:55. It's all gone here, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm tuning back in. This is a refreshed live stream, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Stock Market Live with LCALD. If you're tuning in, we are still waiting on Secretary Jen. That's coming up later on. The market is still open, you guys. Don't get distracted here, even though, March Madness and a bunch of stuff around you is happening here. Don't get discouraged either, you guys. There's still a lot of opportunity here. Still a lot of opportunity here. Do not get discouraged. That's what it really boils down to, not getting discouraged, because your confidence level can get low right now, and it's not good right here. You want to have your confidence high right now, especially when the market has finally gotten on the bull side here. The SPY is finally broken out here above 440. Really though, the market is really anticipating that 450 level. Thought we would have might have seen that here today with quiet witching, but maybe that might continue Monday. That's what I'm saying. Like, market is really going up here, you guys. So you gotta really stay cautious. Will it come down? Yeah, it's gonna bottom out eventually, but I think the bulls, they were asleep. They for about 6 months maybe. They want to have their fun with it now too. I think the Bears had enough fun with it, ladies and gentlemen. But this is the Stock Market Live with LCALD. I'm just double checking to make sure ain't nothing going on right now live from the White House. But yeah, this looks like it might be something. Yeah, Biden actually, excuse me, he is up next here. He will be with researchers and patients to discuss ARPA-H. So that is next up, ladies and gentlemen. Market's picking up here. I just saw Microsoft at 298. So yeah, Amazon is almost at 32 here. You got Tesla at 900, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, can I get a horn? Yeah, Tesla really tagged 900, man. Shout out to the stock channel too, man. Let me get another horn. For real though, the homie really, he said this. I don't know, y'all better do your research. He ain't no fortune teller. You feel me? He knew. He did his research. He knew. You feel me? He told to the public what he thought, and he was right. He was right so far, man. He was right. It's right here at 900. So I'm going with what he also said too. He said when it gets to a certain level, so I know what to expect for next week, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't even tripping. I'm still neutral. We still are in the woods, like I said. We finally figured out how to chop trees down in the woods. That's what's going on here. So we're breaking through resistance a lot, and that's really all you're seeing here. But we are still in the woods, so keep that in mind. But if enough trees get chopped down, we will be out of the woods. Don't forget that either, though. SPY is on the high right now, 441.85 here, about to hit 442. That's really good here. So it's creeping on up here. The SPY is going up, you guys. Volatility is still down. Triple Qs is up here, 348. Man, market's picking up here right now, right after Wall Street lunch here. All the indices are still in the mixed up here at this point. They were red earlier, green. I don't know. Let me check, double check, but they're probably still mixed up here. So stocks is really doing their own thing due to quiet witching and option expiration. Looks like there was a short squeeze involved here on some names. Some earnings names getting clapped here. FedEx, GameStop is actually reversing. They're up $4 now. It's really real, though, ladies and gentlemen. This is really real. This is how you really make money here doing these things. Just monitoring charts and numbers, man, like I was saying on a video that you will never hear again. It is what it is, though, man. Internet police got me. It's cool. I ain't tripping about it. I figured it. I just wanted to test them. I thought, there was some things you might can slide by on. But I see they don't play with nobody when it comes to certain things here, ladies and gentlemen. So that is business. I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping at all. But all the indices are in the green, ladies and gentlemen. The Dow is up 11%. S&P 500, 52%. NASDAQ, 1.33%. Russell 2000, 50% up. A lot of green here. Market flipping green here. Biden's about to talk. Market mover approaching. Hello. You might want to tune in, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Stock Market Live with LCAOD. It's a crazy world out here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back as soon as we see Biden hit that podium.
Yeah. I like that. That's your Top Squad. Yeah, crazy ass world, all this shit that's going on. I can't even lie. Real nigga, yeah, I do some wrong, but this shit that's going on ain't even right. Seeing people dying every night. Niggas fighting for their lives, trying to get the stripes like Adidas. These niggas spot your ass out like a cheetah. And they smoking on that reefer. Niggas popping pills, lose their mind, blow your top. Run up in the house, shoot everybody for that fatty wop. These niggas tryna ball while I'm a jock. Yeah, I'm on your ass, put blood in your shoes, call your ass a red sock. And I ain't from Chicago, but my niggas blow. Yeah, this the Windy City, Shotsbury, what they throwing up them foes. They kicking in your doors, they fucking all your hoes, and they stealing all your weed and all your coke. I cannot tell these niggas sit down. Shit, sometimes I'm provoked. Wanna run up in the house and slit these niggas' throat. It's hard to be different when you see the same shit. Niggas on the corner, niggas scheming up a lick. Other niggas whipping up a brick. Shit, bitches popping pussy, man, there's some sick shit. This the shit that we see every day. I don't know what to say, so my blunt, yeah, I blaze. Sometimes it get hard to look further. Man, I be worried that a nigga might come and serve me. Or the feds, yeah, they might give me 30. This bitch I'm fucking with, yeah, she might do me dirty. Police get behind me going fast, yeah, I'm swerving. Young nigga spinning, getting cash, yeah, I'm splurging. Damn, this the life that I chose. This the hoe that I chose. And I ain't doing no blow. But the niggas that I'm with might set me up. Shit, I don't know. That's what's going through my mind every time that we roll. To go and roll, you never know. Look at motherfucking Alpo. Look at Kanan Lynch. Nigga, you come up with, be out here trying to fuck your fucking bitch. Look at nigga Mars. Man, fuck this shit. This shit crazy. Niggas out here foolish shit, man. Niggas out here lost their motherfucking mind.
I get the pack for the cheaper. I got this shit off a river. Fat Cali blunt full of reefer. Touch me, nigga, then we tweaking. Bust his head and leak him leaking. Yeah. Bust his head and leave him leaking. I'm getting that pack for the cheaper. I got the pack for the cheaper. I got the shit off a reefer. Fat Cali blunt full of reefer. Touch me, nigga, and we tweaking. Bust his head and leave him leaking. Fuck what a fuck nigga heard and fuck what a fuck nigga thinking. Already got his bitch swallowed semen. Baby sitting on the weekend. He hit us, he gon' tweak. I got the shit for the cheaper. I got the shit off a reefer. Fat Cali blunt full of reefer. Touch me, nigga, and we tweaking. Bust his head and leave him leaking. Fuck what a fuck nigga heard and fuck what a fuck nigga thinking. Already got his bitch swallowed semen. Baby sitting on the weekend. He hit us, he gon' tweak. Yeah. That nigga might be in his feelings. I just be smashing the hoe, ain't no puffin' no hoe. So the fuckers you talking about with us? I'm trying to get to the bitch. I'm trying to see me a million. I'm trying to stack and provide for my children. I got some niggas doing time locked down in the business. Refrigerator, my what you know about send off a pack of bread and make it home. Jack boys, back door, run down and take everything you got in your home. All I know, keep me a phone. Try me a map for your zone. Try me nigga, then it's on. All I know is take and get to that dough. My mama need her a better home. Got you for real. They tryna see me to an early grave. I got some niggas that's gon' pay away. I got some niggas so I roll up the dope. I think about my niggas every day. I got some niggas doing time in the feds. They keep their head up, you could be home one day. You'll be home one of these days. I see my niggas and pray for bad days. My niggas bringing that pressure home. Can't trust a nigga who changed on this brother show. That bitch wasn't loyal. Same niggas say that they love your profile for your mother. When you 6 feet on the dirt and your face on the shirt and you right on nerves. I came from the struggle, disrespect my brother. I'm riding this right. I got the pack for the cheaper. I got this shit off a reefer. Fat Cali pump full of reefer. Touch me, nigga, and we tweaking. Bust his head and leave him fuck what a fuck nigga heard. Fuck what a fuck nigga thinking. Already got his bitch swallowed semen. Baby sitting on the weed. He ain't hit us, he gon' tweak it. I got the shit for the cheaper. I got this shit off the reefer. Fat Cali pump full of reefer. Touch me, nigga, and we tweaking. Bust his head and leave him leaking. Fuck what a fuck nigga heard and fuck what a fuck nigga thinking. Already got his bitch swallowed semen. Baby sitting on the weekend. He hit this, he gon' tweak it. He gon' tweak it. He gon' tweak it.
Oh yeah, this the one right here. Punch me in, drop.
Produced by Create.
Home in the city with killers and sticks. Country the block and we sleeping and shit. Throwing up foes, we lit as a bitch. They got by my side, we like Lilo and sticks. So forward with the bros if you tryna get rich. We up in the mall, we ain't taking no pics. Hell nah, bitch. We ain't taking no pics. These niggas ain't aiming, they shooting their toes. Trapping all night, but you know it don't close. I just got the pack and it's already sold. When you get in that jump, boy, you know you gon' fold. He writing them statements, he know that he told. She slid in my DM, I'm fucking that hoe. She talking crazy, she might get exposed. She might get exposed. Up in the trenches, I didn't have no pops. Fuck is a bitch, fell in love with the Glock. I'm stuck in the city, so punching the clock. 4 pockets full, I still never stop. I just bought a phone and I still got a knot. I got the kids to this shit, now they call me Glock.
Like fuck it, we fucking it up. Pints of the lean and I done with a cup. Drop a few dollars and sour it up. Gave up break, now she powering up. If he want to smoke, he know that it's up. I'm a big dog, that nigga a pup. Had to give me some bread, jump right in the street. That nigga can't rap, he can't hop on my beat. I'm with the bros, we playing for keep. My bitch go to sleep, then it's on the creek. Gotta come with some bread if you wanna feed. If she wanna fuck, then I'm charging the fee. Bitch.
That's it, that's shit, nigga. Fuck hey, big money. 2K, nigga. It's a nightmare on us street niggas blasting niggas. You better keep your strap close cause they'll whack you, nigga. Don't pull up like you got it cause we'll snatch you, nigga. Where your pants, where your rats, give me that sack, little nigga. It's a nightmare on L Street niggas blasting nigga. You better keep your strap close cause they'll whack you, nigga. Don't pull up like you got it cause we'll snatch you, nigga. Where your pants, where your rats, give me that sack, little nigga.
I see demons when I sleep. Many destiny in my heat. I be up while niggas sleep. Late nights juking with the team. Searching and exploring for the green. My pistol, she so damn mean. Ain't see niggas and she stream. Niggas don't be clutching in they dreams. Yo, bitch, she bustin' for the team. Ain't that stupid, Linda P. Crazy thoughts, new AVP. I'm probably somewhere smoking with P. I got your bitch, she on her knees. She snatched my soul, I was off the lean. I wanna see a meal, but I'm only 18. Couple more years, they gon' have protein. Good other meal to my bros, they leave. Break gang on the daily. I get down, shit ain't gravy. This bitch glow up, don't try to play me.
It's a nightmare on us street niggas blasting niggas. You better keep your strap close cause they whack you, nigga. Don't pull up like you got it cause we'll snatch you, nigga. Where your pets, where your rats, give me that sack, nigga. It's a nightmare on L Street niggas blasting nigga. You better keep your strap close cause they'll whack you, nigga. Don't pull up like you got it cause we'll snatch you, nigga. Where your pet, where your rats, give me that sack, nigga. Where that cash, bitch, nigga? Where that cash, bitch, nigga? Don't make me call them wild boys to come bust that ass, my nigga. You stupid as fuck, you thought you was gonna come make it past, my nigga. You know my shooters laying low, hiding in that grass, my nigga. So you wanna be a fool, little boy? So you like to two, little boy? You little Alice, thought you real hard, ain't was in school, little boy. I can teach you something, little boy. Something about this money, little boy. You ain't chasing no fans, little nigga. You like tweaking on the Zan, little nigga. Yeah, boy, I'm the man, little nigga. Fuck a fan, I got bands, my nigga. Make a fan with the bread, little nigga. Pretty bitch in the bed with a nigga. Said she wanna get head to the nigga. Hey, pretty bitch in the bed with a nigga. Said she wanna get head to the nigga. Hey, gang in this bitch, nigga. Bitch.
How again? Niggas didn't hear what I said. They shot the little girl in the head. She was laying peacefully in her bed. Hit the grandma in the leg. Shots buried, this is our city. Fucking committee. This ain't shit. I was thinking about it. That's what took me so long to give you another line there. But let me chill, cause I ain't snorting no lines there. She asked did I want one? I told her keep it moving there. Real shit, I'ma get money. I smoke weed, that's about it, darling. That's all it's gonna be, that's all I'm gonna see. I've been with the bees, and I've been with the C's. But that's me, don't ask me because that's me. I said it was what it was. I just stacking money, stacking to the ceiling. These niggas is some dummies. These niggas don't know that they some mummies. Cause I rap them all. Yeah, they older me, they hating. They still contemplating about what they gon' do. And moves I'm just making. These niggas is snakes. I'm on my grass daily. Niggas is bishops. Yeah. What the fuck? I don't give a fuck. I be getting money. I said that before. Well, I'ma keep saying that cause that's what it's about. You ain't got no money, then you ain't got no clout. And if you ain't got no money, then your pockets on the drought. So if you ain't got no money, then don't come over here. And I don't give a fuck. The bitch, she just wanna fuck. She texted me, said she missed me. I said, don't you got him, man? She said, I don't care about him. I'm talking about you, Devin. Damn, there she go again. Damn, hit her, pass the bat to her, man. Pretty green, that's the team. LCAOD, I'm the president. All we do is overdo everything we do. Grind, stack, ooh, grind, design. It's tatted on my body. That's where I'm going, and that's what I'm living by. So you can't tell me goodbye. Feel like Hype Leonard. Shots fired. Don't play my Glock sometimes. I'm so high like Space Jam. Niggas ain't man. Snitched on you, told in the jam. Damn.
Got that bag in here, baby. Sorry, if that's your bitch, I'ma fuck her. You can keep her out, cut her own cover. Hot box, and we rolling up that bubble. This weed strong, I forgot to take your bitch on. Sorry, that's your bitch, I'ma fuck her. You can keep her out, just cut her own cover. Hot box, and we rolling up that bubble. This weed strong, I forgot to take your bitch on. Sorry, I forgot to take your bitch out. Feel that cool right now, she got her lips out. Playing with the gun, had to make her pull the clip out. Oh, you talking shit, show you what your bitch bout. One call, took a ride, cause I'm pissed off. She on my side right now, cleaning my dick off. Left the hood drop, weight like Rick Ross. Make her bend over like a hip toss. Watching me count money, make her get off. And she treat you like Roger, nigga, get lost. You bought her shit and I seen her in it, so you lost. Send her back when she get on my nerves till her get lost. But I'ma still be alright. Got a Dutch bitch rolling up, so I took a flight. Breeze through, stay in your own lane. Streets hotter than Orlando when you ball like Major Payne. No Martin, I'm calling all this timing. She like my bankroll, so I flex like Johnny. And I got her wetter than a tsunami. Throw that ass up, origami. Sorry, if that's your bitch, I'ma fuck her. Shut up. I just cut her own cuff. Hot box, and we rolling up that bubble. This weed strong, I forgot to take your bitch on. Sorry, that's your bitch, I'ma fuck her. You can keep her, I just cut her own cuff. Hot box, and we rolling up that bubble. This weed strong, I forgot to take your bitch on. This weed strong, I forgot to take your bitch home. Hey, I'm on my fly shit. Hey, little boss that you can relate. Know what I'm saying? Bosses speak different languages. Big boss shit, yeah, young nigga winning. Love her, wanna fuck me, come my team winning. Fall all of her friends, not a whole team winning. Patron sipping, can't you see a young nigga winning? Ayy, big boss shit, yeah, young nigga winning. Love her, wanna fuck me, come my team winning. Brought all of her friends, not a whole team winning. Patron sipping, can't you see the young nigga winning? Ay, I still stack them bankrolls, RP the bankrolls. Loaded. Try to take my bankrolls, trapping out of a Lexus. Got a bitch named Alexis, say she sipping in Texas. I'm pouring up straight extra, that's on my fault. I never trust a hoe, money bad, that's all I know. If you play with the game, I get you lined up like a cup from some flavor, nigga, I just stole away. You know I had to take off. You know I had to show you the way. Money gang, that's all we do is bag it up and sell it. Ain't no talking to the police. Fuck nigga, stay up out my way. You know we blow you. You know we ain't got no problem with blowing you. Wanna phone you. You know that. That's big facts. Chop, I need that. Good pet, I need that. Good hoe, I got that. That good Joey's got that. Hey, boss shit, hey, boss shit, hey. Hey, look, big boss shit, yeah, young nigga winning. Love her, wanna fuck me, come my team winning. Brought all of her friends, now the whole team winning. Hey, Patron sipping, can't you see the young nigga winning? Hey, big boss shit, yeah, young nigga winning. Hey, love her, wanna fuck me, come my team winning. Brought all of her friends, now the whole team winning. Patron sipping, can't you see the young nigga winning?
Gang. Ain't shit changed. Still with the same niggas. How could race change? Hey, as soon as I walk in the building, the bitches they feeling it, pimping it, dripping. The way the young rats living. Hey, I stack it and edit and flip it. Hey, my money is taller than midgets. The boy, what did you get? I run in your kitchen and get it. Hey, the pounds, nigga, in the pigeons. I let them fly like pigeons. I don't really need bitches. I trap in the slums in the trenches. Say, red roll, my shit come on missing. We juke the pad and we split it. The body shit, we gon' get it. All of my niggas, we with it. Hey, all of my niggas, we with it. I just played the bitch with no suitcase. She said she want top but no suitcase. I ain't eating that pussy, babe. Hell nah, what the fuck you think? Hell nah, bitch, that shit stink like my motherfucking gas. Dang, that's trash. Ain't smoking on no gas, that's straight ass. Better get off your ass. Better go do the dash. In the phone, I'ma crash. I'ma do the race, no take K. But I blow the smoke all in your face. Till the bed, you was late. Hey, I gotta chase cake. Every day my birthday. Hey, every day is Halloween. No Chief Keef mask off screen. Hey, hit you with this red beam. 30 in the hollow tips. Why these niggas running lips like some damn bitches? Y'all some hoes. Y'all gon' get exposed. Get erased. I'ma do the race. Hey. She do whatever for Poppy. Do whatever for the game. Yes, she gon' claim. Major game, nigga, know we rain. Bullets let on right. Same little nigga, you ain't no shit though. Big clips, long guns, yeah, we blow them hoes. Bad bitch on her knees, she gon' use her throat. I ain't gotta tell her that little bitch, she already know. I smoke big bad with a nigga, you smoke little blunts though. You a petty little nigga, I'm a hunchy honcho. Little nigga, I been getting to it, spinning it and flipping it, dipping it. I'm in the kitchen getting it, I'm spinning it. Yo, bitch, she like a sauna, nigga. Y'all ever winning, nigga? Yo, bitch wanna get rid of nigga. Yo, pussy ass pretending, nigga. I ain't really fuck with these niggas. Young nigga, I been winning, nigga. Had to go up and get it, nigga. Growing up, I been living, nigga. Yo, bitch on the nigga, she spinning, nigga. I'm on the dick, she been spinning, nigga. That nasty bitch used to go kiss her niggas hate it when we slide. Nina by my side. I know she gon' ride. That's my best friend in my eyes. So niggas be living lies. When the bullets start to fly, they gon' cook them like some prizes. They get scared when niggas die. I don't leave without that iron, nigga. I ain't hard to find. I'ma take a nigga like can't let no pussy come take mine. I'm out here rockin' to earn my stripes. That mean your life is on the line, bitch. That mean your life is on the line.
Gang. About his live, yo.
Democrats and Republicans, and that the American people, Democrats and Republicans and independents can come together and do some big things. This bill includes something I've believed in for a long, long time. ARPA-H, an Advanced Research Project Agency for Health, is based, as Dr. Tompkins knows, is based on the Defense Department's Advanced Research Project Agency that has led breakthroughs and technology to protect our security, everything from the internet to GPS and so much more. ARPA-H will have a singular purpose: to drive breakthroughs in biomedicine to prevent, detect, and treat diseases including cancer, Alzheimer's, and diabetes. I want to thank the bipartisan members of the House and Senate who are working so hard to get this done. Senator Patrick Leahy, Patty Murphy, Roy Blunt, Richard Burr, Representatives Anna Eshoo, Rosa DeLauro, Frank Pallone, Diane DeGette, Fred Upton. Like DARPA, ARPA-H will pursue ideas that break the mold on how we normally support fundamental research and commercial products in this country. Ideas so bold, no one else, not even the private sector, is willing to give them a chance or to sink a lot of money into trying to solve. Ideas so audacious that people say they just might work only if we could try. Well, we're about to try in a big way. And that's what this meeting is about, because ARPA-H is modeled after DARPA. And I've asked the DARPA director, Stephanie Tompkins, to speak about the promise of ARPA-H. In fact, we're going to hear from a patient who benefited from DARPA research and enabled him to use a prosthetic arm that moves, but also provides a sense of touch, which he couldn't do before, we couldn't do before. Imagine losing your arm in a war or an accident and regaining the ability to feel, to actually feel what it's like to hold the hand of a spouse or a child. It's remarkable. We'll also hear from Dr. I'm going to mispronounce, just Dr. Nelson, who leads the White House Office on Science and Technology, my science advisor, Dr. Francis Collins, to talk about how to ensure ARPA-H harnesses the powers and possibilities of science and technology to benefit all of America. To focus on equity, because every American should have access to cutting-edge healthcare and innovations, and to make it impossible, make the impossible possible. And you've heard me say over and over again, America can be defined by a single word: possibilities. I'm going to stop there so we can get this meeting started, and then I'm going to turn to Dr. Nelson. So let me begin. Dr. Nelson.
All right, so that's it. Looks like they ain't trying to, let the public get that none of that right there. So, SPY is at 442 here, you guys. Stock's pulling back just a little bit, but the SPY is at 442, you guys. Super Q's at 348. That might be a private convention there. So it could be a little dip right there, possible dip there. Market looks very strong though, man. It looks very strong here. It's really going to boil down to the weekend now. I mean, I know things keep saying it's going to boil down. That's how the market works. Each day is important. Each week is important here. This market's all about time. So now at this point of the week, we got this high in the air. Really what we've been doing all of 2022 is getting this high and usually sell off here back to the lows. So keep that in mind. We still are in that trend. That's the bear market there. That's what I'm saying. On any stock or ETF, remember that. But they're trying to tell us now things may be possibly different here. They're not going down anymore. This is the bottom. You should be loading long-term, mid-term calls, upside, shares, buy shares. The market is going up from here, ladies and gentlemen. That's what they're saying here. That's what they're signaling now. So the fight is still on here, and it's very serious and it's very strong. So it's going to be very, very intense here, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be very, very intense through the weekend. The war is still going on. Keep that in mind. But yeah, it's 1:47 p.m., ladies and gentlemen. I had to reset my live stream if you're just now tuning in. And you catch the recap, we're only going to get half of the day. YouTube got me on some issues there. Yeah, they said I violated some stuff there or something. So yeah, apologies about that. This was testing the waters really with this streaming stuff. But yeah, this is the Stock Market Live with LCAOD, ladies and gentlemen, and this is where we're at now. The market's up so far. It was down this morning. It shot up here and it turned green. And it looks like all the indices are now officially green and picking up here higher. Now the Dow's up 25%. The SP 500 is up 61%. The Nasdaq's up 1.38%. The Russell 2000 is up 63%. The VIX is down 5.8%. So market back on the high here. Turning around, that was a dip, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to take a quick break here. We're trying to check and see if there's any more briefings. Can't watch the game live with you guys anymore. I'm sorry. But I can give you guys updates. I am still continuing to see it right now. It is commercial breaks. I'll let you guys know the score when I come back from the break. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, bitch. It's another one coming, man. I'm fucking this spot, I'm busting it down. Got the pressure and smoke out the pound. Got the drop on the op, Ray gunning them down. Racks in it safe in it sound. He tried to hide, he getting found. Put him in place like a noun. Picking up back here when I get in town. When I'm in knock off a frown. I'm fucking this spot, I'm busting it down. Got the pressure and smoke out the pound. Got the drop on the op, Ray gunning them down. Racks in it safe in it sound. He tried to hide, he getting found. Put him in place like a noun. Picking up back here when I get in town. When I'm in knock off a frown. Unlimited shots, straight out the Glock. We find 2 minutes to duck. Block full of shells, I'm clearing it up. Police ain't picking it up. He running for me, Glock with a beam. Hell nah, I ain't giving it up. He acting tough, I know it's a bluff. That Glock make him piss in the cup. I'm doing these solos, catching the back end. I turn up the crowd when I tap in. Fuckers a jump, I got a pack in. She wanna fuck us the Rex in. They calling me Sam when I bring the sack in. I'm serving while you get your nap in. I'm serving while you get your nap in. I'm keeping it true cause I got a check. He gon' get jacked if he flex. Since I show dog, you like a vet. I shoot, bitch, I don't need a net. Basket of greens, you like a shred. You need it, I got it on deck. She give me face, no time to rest. When I'm done, she cleaning my mess. You wanna be down, get put to the test. You better just stay on your nest. Leaving them sick, Glock at his chest. Them hollows just ripping his vest. You wanna be down, get put to the test. You better just stay on your nest. Leaving them sick, Glock at his chest. Them hollows just ripping his vest. I'm fucking this spot, I'm busting it down. Got the pressure and smoke out the pound. Got the drop on the op, Ray gunning them down. Racks in it safe in it sound. He tried to hide, he getting found. Put him in place like a noun. Picking up back here when I get in town. When I'm in knock off a frown. I'm fucking this spot, I'm busting it down. Got the pressure and smoke out the pound. Got the drop on the op, Ray gunning them down. Racks in it safe in it sound. He tried to hide, he getting found. Put him in place like a noun. Picking up back here when I get in town. When I'm in knock off a frown.
Poncho!
Mama know who Cub Scout is.
Up on the ops, get us go. Call on her tape, nigga gon' blow. I'm copping a P, fuck is a O. Smoking no runts, serving the low. I'm serving the low. I ran in your trap like fuck is a dough. Like fuck is a dough. Up on the ops, get us go. Call on her tape, nigga gon' blow. I'm copping a P, fuck is a O. Smoking no runts, serving the low. I'm serving the low. I ran in your trap like fuck is a dough.
Mama know who Cub
Like fuck is a dough.
I roll me away and I'm getting lifted. I pop me a pill and I'm getting trippy. I fucking that bitch and you know I'm dipping. I smash on no gas, yeah, I gotta get it. I beat up that pop, man, I'm water whipping. Every day I wake up, yeah, I'm in the trenches. If you start the problem, no, I gotta finish.
Big Bay, yeah, they call me the slum. I don't give a fuck how you feel. Shady ass nigga, you ain't real. Catch this motherfucking heat, catch this motherfucking steel. Little nigga ain't real. Nigga on the real deal. My time is money, so where's the bill? Undercover boy, go bitch. Undercover boy, you a bitch. Talk to 12 boy, you a snitch. Hell nah, you a snake. Get the fuck on my face. Chopper spraying like some fucking mace. Commit a crime, do the fucking race. Thick bitch, I just wanna taste. Her pussy so good. Salisbury, that's the hood.
Yeah. I'm copping.
them peas, fuck is his on, throwing them peas, I'm in his zone. She calling my phone, she won't leave me alone. We pull up with sticks, y'all pull up with stones. These niggas be fat, man, these niggas be clones. These niggas be clones. I run to the money, I get to the cash. I'm speeding, I'm feeling like Flash. Shotsbury, nigga, I'ma get to a check. They hating on me, but I know I'm a man. Ice a nigga who gon' get to a face. Shot that nigga in his face and I put him on his head. Got rid of it and I have that go cop a 10. If we go hit a lick, we gon' split all the bread. We gon' split all the bread.
Up on the ops, get a scope, calling a T, know he gon' blow. I'm copping a P, fuck is a O, smoking no runs, serving the low. I'm serving the low. I ran in your trap like fuck is a dope. Like fuck is a dope. Up on the ops, get a scope, calling a T, know he gon' blow. I'm copping a P, fuck is a O, smoking no runs, serving the low. I'm serving the low. I ran in your trap like fuck is a dope. Like fuck is a dope.
Take from the
Get that bag, get through.
I'ma get us out the hood, bro, I promise. Bro, I promise. Bro, I promise. Get us out these slums, bro, I promise. Yeah, bro, I promise. Bro, I promise. Let the beat take over me. Cause these streets can't hold me. Chase a bag is the old me. This busy chase a bag, homie. Gotta get it for my brody. These streets can't hold me. I'ma listen to my OG. I'ma listen to my OG. Chasing the shit. I'm chasing that money. They hating on me. You niggas funny. It's chasing bag. I get it, homie. Don't chase my bag. I'm stingy, brody. I love that money. I said I love that money. You niggas, y'all can't take it from me. You niggas, y'all can't take it from me. Cause I'ma keep it coming, yeah. Gotta get that bag, man. Gotta get that bag, man. They used to call me Pac-Man. They used to call me Pac-Man. They used to call me Boo Boo. Now I'm the shit like Boo Boo. Why you don't serve me? Can I get 2 for 2? I'm like, hell no. You know your trap out. You can get 2 for 30. Yeah, get 2 for curry. Yeah. This ain't worry. We getting birdies. I'm telling y'all bye-bye. Go X-ray. I never frisk them. I ain't checking you for nothing. I'm getting checks, ain't check something. I'm getting checks here also. Get money. In the winter too. I will. Before that thing gon' be all red. Like your head. If you keep trying me, it's bulletproof R.I.P. I'm gonna make your ass bleed. You gon' bleed all over the scene. And I'm getting green. All in between.
niggas thug, you probably wanna earn some stripes today. We out here wrecking shit, we come around, they put their ice away. We don't fuck around, you fuck around, we take your life away. You can think this shit sweet, we gon' see about that. Load up the K's, it's time to spank, we gon' creep out that. Send my youngin' to do 'em bad, Trey won't sleep out that. Hey, when it's beef, bitch, we gon' eat, bon appetit about that. Ain't no pressure, bitch, it's extra. If it's beef, we comin' with it. 50 rounds of ammunition in the drum that's on the glizzy. We ain't shootin' for no reason. When we up, we tryna hit 'em. All the cousin playin' gutter. I might make my auntie miss 'em. Had them niggas with you, pussy, yeah. All y'all niggas, bitches, catch 'em slippin'. Show no mercy, leave 'em sleepin' with the fishes. Them the shit y'all pull was petty. We comin' heavy, be ready. Chopper kickin' like it's Tekken. My little niggas be steppin'. Ain't no slippin', ain't no missing. It get wicked about that gang. Drug dealers, lots of killers and gorillas out that gang. Hey, you know what the fuck going on, nigga. 502 to the 204. You know what the fuck it is. Free my little nigga Goose, bitch. Double G, bitch, yeah, we with that glitter scene, so ain't no get back. My little niggas on them jiggers, don't invite him to no kickback. He a lick, we gon' get him. He get greedy with the guys, leave him shitty in this city. Ain't no missing with the eyes. I might tax him for the dick, sell a killer for the fire. Smoke a kick with A Miller, pistol gripping on the 9. Never trippin', nigga, wicked, we gon' kill him when we slide. We the takers from Fort Vegas, she get silly for the guys. Hey, hey, 402, hey, to the 12-4. Pull up to your spot, all my youngins on go. Hey, hey, 502, to the 12-4. Got your bitch at the trap, going dumb. Hey, 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 502, hey, to the 12-4. We got irons, nigga. Yeah, tell me what you want. Yo, 502, yeah, to the 12-4. Niggas know what the fuck going on, man. Yeah, checking out this beat.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Stock Market Live with LCALD. We back from the break. It's 2 p.m. We got about 2 hours left here today. It is Friday, ladies and gentlemen. It feels wonderful outside. Get outside, get you some fresh air. The birds are chirping, ladies and gentlemen. Get outside, do something this weekend wonderful with your family, with yourself. Just enjoy the weekend here coming up here, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, between time, the market is still open. Right now, it just really looks like nothing's going on. It's chill. It's holding up. I'm thinking continuation, man. I'm thinking this thing is really, really back on the bull side here. They're not done testing here. They're still trying to get corrected here in the air now. We can see that now on every chart here. I think the spot really want to test spot 450 here, you guys. I think if it can break that 450 level, it will rally, you guys. We will be back near all-time highs that fast. All of a sudden, choom, choom. That's how quick it's going to be. But right here will be your last chance. Last chance, they say. Or this is really the top here at this point because it's getting out of hand. It's getting out of control. It's getting insanity. Ladies and gentlemen, it's getting insane. It's getting insane. So I'm telling you now, this is what it is here. The spot's at 442 here. They're trying to retest 445, 450 here. I don't know if they're going to pull it off by close. It's a possible chance when there's still time on the clock, though. Bulls got a hell of a momentum right now. Bears are crushed here. But if they can reclaim that this is the top, then they're not, actually. So they are doing good at holding resistance. The Bears are. For real, they're not really letting this thing get out of control, but it has gotten out of control. So it's to the point where Bulls got momentum, no matter what you can say and put it. Numbers, charts don't lie. So it's 2:03 p.m., ladies and gentlemen. Will this action continue here? We do not know. That's what we're trying to see here now, ladies and gentlemen. Some analysts are saying, hell yeah, you got your confirmation already. Some are saying, oh, you still got to wait. So I'm going to still stay neutral here. I don't like the volatility with the stock actions here. So I'm going to say wait because I really feel like the stocks can go high right now. I feel like they're really stalling. Maybe it might come during power hour. We don't know. It might definitely come next week. This might really be the top. Though I do see it from both ways, ladies and gentlemen. So anything can really still happen here. Just stay cautious, man. It's all about the economy. Remember, it's not about you necessarily. It's about everybody. We are one here. We are United States, ladies and gentlemen. We're not I states. So keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Stock Market Live with LCAOD. Looks like we have upcoming Pentagon briefing. Pentagon briefing. No, it looks like Secretary Jen is really the only thing to really be anticipating here today. And that's about 25 minutes from now. She's going to be going live here today. Peep her color action here. She wore green yesterday. Market was skyrocketed. Of course, she had wore green for the sake of St. Patrick's Day, but she's been color willing here previously with her briefings. We've been noticing a color pattern here. The day before that, she wore yellow, so that was like a caution sign there. Her secretary wore red. We saw that. It was crazy, and if you think about it, what they wore, it did that. It was yellow, then it went red, then it went green, like she wore the following day. So peep her color wear. We'll see what she's wearing today on this lovely Friday. But she will be going live here at 24 minutes, and she's a market mover, you guys, so we're going to pay attention and see what she has to say here. I'm going to give you guys an update on March Madness. I'm watching the Auburn versus Jackson State game. I can only tell you, I can't show you guys. I apologize. Like I said, my live stream got erased earlier. So if you're looking at this one now, it's the refreshed live stream. I know it's probably saying I've only been live for about 2 hours or maybe an hour here now, but it's really, I've been live since this morning. They took my other stream off the internet. I don't know if they're going to repost it. I just know it's hacked now. It's gone. Ain't nothing I can do about that, you guys. I do apologize in the comment section, my Discord. I know y'all were sending me and saying a lot of stuff. Y'all were actually getting excited about the games. I've seen people starting to talk about bets. But we can still do that, but I just can't show you guys.
Just chillin' in the spot, getting smoked out. Country boys making noise, bring the 2 strokes out. It could be about who you know or what you know about. Plant seeds in the soul, waiting on the sprout. They don't understand. I just feel like the man, feeling like Nas. Be what I wanna be, I know I can. Anxiety kicking in, need another Zan. I need some food, some food with them pots and pans. TAC in my system, all different strands. These niggas acting like hoes, I only fuck with fans. They keep me safe, keep me sane, and keep me in my zone. If you fuck with one of them, I hope your team's strong. They been sleeping on me, it's time to wake 'em up. I'm sipping purple and yellow, Lakers cup. If you nod one more time, I'ma take your cup. This shit way too expensive to be wasting, girl. Sometimes I really feel like I'm on another level. All the shit I done been through, my heart made of metal. Keep it positive and keep it hot, just like a kettle. Unless it's 12, officer, I don't know what to tell you. I'm back, this rap shit is way too easy. Pop a bar and spit some bars and then I'm way too sleepy. But I'm grinding hard, I got a family to feed. So I'ma try to drop some hits that the streets gon' need. Yo. Been struggling for a while, trying to find my way out. Even had thoughts of grabbing the stick and laying niggas down. Had to get my mind right, had to get my mind focused. I done made my mistakes, I done made some bad choices. I'ma keep my head up, if you ain't noticed. Keep a smile on my face, while I'm puffing on this hope. Plant seeds in the soil, I'm just waiting on the sprout. This shit here's from 93, and that's no doubt. Yeah.
Trapaholics Mixtapes.
put his ass on the cross, make his ass get lost. You ain't really no boss. I do this shit with no fault. Get lost, get lost, get lost, get lost. Put his ass on the cross, make his ass get lost. You ain't really no boss. I do this shit with no fault. Get lost, get lost, nigga. Get lost, nigga. You lost, nigga. Really, I'm a boss, nigga. Chase a bag, nigga. Really from that stoop, nigga. That's one rag, boss. Yeah, I'ma get 'em. Patient with them brothers on my head, nigga. One rack shit, one rack bitch. I love that. One rack shit, that one lag bitch. And I'm gon' splat at your shack shit. I meant, oops, my bad. I'm back, bitch. You lost. Put his ass on the cross, make his ass get lost. You ain't really no boss. I do this shit with no fault. Get lost, 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 get lost. Put his ass on the cross, make his ass get lost. You ain't really no boss. I do this shit with no fault. Get lost, get lost, get lost. Hey, have you ever been down and hurt, lost? And worry about yourself, trying to be a boss? Huh? Do you know the cost? You're lost up in the sauce. I never took a loss. If I did, I bounce back. That's boomerang, nigga. If you get it, then it's facts. I'm getting cash every day. I'm just chasing checks. Run it up. I gotta do what I gotta do. I ain't taking no loss. Nah, I ain't taking no loss. I ain't taking no loss. Gotta do what I gotta do. I ain't taking no loss. Nah, I ain't taking no loss. Nah, I ain't taking no loss.
Six chill for
Water drip.
Yeah, go dummy, Kyle.
Drip. Water splash. Water drip. Water splash. Water drip. Yeah. Keep the daddy on my hip. Drip. Water splash. Water drip. Water splash. Water drip. Keep the daddy on my hip. Chasing. Water drip. I drill your bitch, she yo. Yeah, a check. The mixtape. LCLD music. Just want some credit. They just want some credit. They ain't got no credit. That's why they stressing. And yo, bitch, I'm sexing. She throwing the neck and paying for all of these weapons. Damn, she made me feel special. Damn. She made me feel special. Oh, that's your bitch. She made me feel special. Like I was hurt. Like I broke my leg or something. Niggas, they throwing me off. I ain't tripping, yeah, I'm still the boss. I'ma do me at all costs. And can't nobody tell me I'm wrong or right. But if you above me, then I make sense. I'm different. They hate on me, they can't get. A penny pinch. Dipping and dabbing in that bag.
And that's that pack. That's stay loud. I threw him a half, he threw me extra. Special. Damn, that was special. That was special. That was ran it up. Now I'm better. Now I'm better. Now I'm better. They just want some credit. They just want some credit. They ain't got no credit. That's why they stressing. And yo bitch, I'm sexy. She throwing the naked. Damn, for all of these weapons. Damn, she made me feel special. Yeah, she did that. She done it. I hit that. I hit it. Blunt, I split that. I split that. I split. On paper, I rolled that. I'm raw and fat. I'm raw. Curled up like a can. Curled up like a can. I'm in my zone. Niggas hate on me, that stay alone. And I ain't never tripped, burn on them. I just keep the weapon by me. AR many, don't try me. If you try me, that's like going to play with poison ivy. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, they just want some credit. They just want some credit. They ain't got no credit. That's why they stressing. Yeah, yo, bitch, I'm sexy. Yo, bitch, I'm sexy. She throwing the naked, paying for all of these weapons. Damn, she made me feel special. Yeah. Damn, she made me feel special.
This is a certified hood classic.
Better watch your mouth, cause the feds watching out. Put a stash inside your house. You hear my music just bounce. Cause it's hot, call that rouse. Rouse. It's hot, call that rouse. Rouse. Better watch your mouth, cause the feds watching out. Put a stash inside your house. You hear my music just bounce. Cause it's hot, call that rouse. Rouse. It's hot, call that rouse. Rouse. Yeah, it's hot, call that rouse. Close my eyes now. I don't think about nothing. I don't think about self. I don't think about me. I think about God. I think about why. Why this, why? But I understand when you read the Bible. Cause there's real shit. And that testified. So I don't even trip. I don't never ever slip. These niggas hating on me. Cause I pimped all these bitches. But it's all good. I'ma steady do me. Got a ball to the T. Shout out to the T. You already know. We ain't even on, but we about to get there, and they already tryna clone. That's why I just be chillin', playing my music, getting stoned. Bitch call me high blended, cause I did her ass wrong. She had a list, she said sleep. She mad I ain't fuck alone. She had a list, she said sleep. She mad I ain't fuck alone.
Smackdown.
Yeah. 700 game, man. And when that check hit my phone, I'm gone. Hey, I'm gone. When that check hit my phone, I'm gone. I gotta go. That check hit my phone. I'm gone. I gotta go. That check hit my phone. I'm gone. Gotta go. Hit the check, hit my phone. I am gone, leave me alone in my zone. I'm probably in my home. Probably so leave me alone. Leave me alone. From the race, she wanna love me long time. Yeah, just for a few hundred dimes. So I tell her she can suck me down. And I don't give her nothing. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. You better show some respect. You better show some. You better show a chick round here. Got that money, yeah. Everything that we talk, we show for. chauffeur, these niggas chauffeur. All of y'all just boasting. All of y'all just boasting. Ain't tripping off nothing. Let me check my phone, I'm gone. I'm gone. Really checking my phone. Yeah. I'm gone. Check your phone. I'm gone. Yeah, checking my phone. Yeah. I'm gone. Gotta go. Checking my phone. I don't wanna even fucking brag. I don't wanna see them little tags. Hey, come on, DP, let me get a cent. Time for this shit, ain't about nothing today. Flipping it, I'm running up with it. The person wanna call me nigga, I don't give a fuck. You went at me from the beginning. I don't wanna hear bad love. When the chick hit my phone, hey, I'm running them numbers up. I'm probably gonna be in the big stones. Yeah, she just wanna fuck for the 40. So I bought a 40 and rolled a 40. Shit like that, told her they horny. Then she said, hey, check, hit your phone. I'm gone. Like, bitch, how did you know? What the fuck? I gotta go. The chick in my phone. Leonard P, I'm green attracted. I'm definitely going to secure the baggage. All the L strapped like magnums. They think we acting well, it's lights, camera action. LCAOD. Take a look around the city, look up to us. Catch my drift, you wanna fly, I got the Fast and Furious. Oh, you don't get it? I've been but hush. Wheels on the bus, go round and round, keep yellow school buses. In these 100 rounds, transfer your soul to Russia. Issue the 100 yards with no O-line, that's called Russian. You ride with one, no safety, touchback, Javon Harder. Gotta stay strapped in North Carolina, check the discharge rate. Shit spooky and shots, various real killers in 8th grade. But a lot of murders and solved police ain't got shit to say. Some things don't add up. The streets done changed, but lights, camera, action, overdue remains the same. We stack, change, stay sane. I-85 in our lane. We all detain one brain, smoking good different strains. What's up? They don't explain. Still I cut off your hands. Mask off, fucking mask on like bangs. Leonard P, I'm green attracted. I'm definitely going to secure the baggage. All the L strapped like magnums. They think we acting well, it's lights, camera action. OD. Leonard P, I'm green attracted to that money. I'm definitely going to secure the baggage. Definitely going to secure my bag. All the L strapped like magnums. They think we acting well, it's lights, camera action.
That's already go crazy.
Yeah, Slender P. I'm here with the motherfucking president.
Stop acting like I need you, lady. First I hit second base, then I can't miss. But right now, just try to take it easy, baby. How about me and fuck around and Houdini a bitch? Stop acting like I need you, lady. Once I hit second base, then I can't miss. But right now, just try to take it easy, baby. How about Houdini and fuck around and Houdini a bitch?
Yeah, Houdini a bitch. You heard that shit. She gone. She in the wind. She was all. Goddamn. I got in the mall. Goddamn. That shit feel happy. What the fuck? That ain't shit, little bitch. Ain't nothing. I done did those shit. You thought you was winning when you had me tricked. But guess what? Tricks are for kids. I talked to the president, he made sense. He said I was locked down with that nigga. She was up there bringing the baby to visit. Damn, that's some fucking real shit. I said, damn, I appreciate the realness. I just had to get the DNA. Got a little bitch be on the way. Underlay. Stop acting like I need you, lady. Once I hit second base, then I can't miss. But right now, just try to take it easy, baby. How about the V and fuck around and Houdini a bitch? Stop acting like I need you, lady. Once I hit second base, then I can't miss. But right now, just try to take it easy, baby. How about the V and fuck around and Houdini a bitch? Okay, I hit. So what you tripping for? Girl, I hit. Bitch, ain't this what you want? Girl, I hit. So why you still tripping? I hit. And I hit another bitch. So don't trip. I'm Houdini. I'm Houdini. They can't see me. And my penis like John Cena. Fuck niggas wanna be me. But nah, I ain't never gon' cuff her. You love her. That's you. I use the rubber. But I think it did pop. Too many Zans in my systems, I can't think. Shit. But then, let me take a sip for the devils. Cause you trippin', acting like that I need you. And I don't never need you, bitch, you greedy and I'm greedy.
Stop acting like I need you, lady. Once I hit second base, then I can't miss. But right now, just try to take it easy, baby. How about the V and fuck around and Houdini a bitch? Stop acting like I need you, lady. Once I hit second base, then I can't miss. But right now, just try to take it easy, baby. How about the V and fuck around and Houdini a bitch?
Maserati go crazy. Maserati go crazy. Turn up. Hey, yo. Turn up. Get live, get hype, 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 get live. live, get hype, get 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 live, get live, get live. Fuck your bitch, I made her reach her climb out. She saw my dick, she needs some car miles. And yeah, I got my car from CarMax. Yeah, and I know karma is a bitch, so I don't fuck with it or advise you not to kiss. I just stay on my grind, level up, nigga. You can't see that, don't waste my time fucking with me. Straight like that, I'm a honey. Straight like that, you a bunny. Nigga, you fucking soft. You stole my flow, devil. And nigga, I hear it, but I ain't trippin', switch it up, be so. Niggas on some other shit anyway, I can't fuck with them. I'ma get J5, boy, hype. I'ma get DT, self-made of flight. I'ma get Princess on a chance of mic. And I swear we gon' get live, get hype, 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 get live, get hype. Hey, rest in peace to Shaw. I ain't know you, but you protected my cousin. And that's some real shit. Feel the radar buzzing like Kendrick. I'm humble. Hold up, but I can get live and hype. Try me though, and it can be your side. Travis Scott, I can start a riot. I don't give a fuck, I'm high like a pilot. Pilot is feeling like Prince, but the only difference is I do got my license, bitch. I'm finna do this for some asses. Some of y'all do it for the minuses, so that's why I treat a faker like a virus. And I'm at risk with the wrist, watch my bitch, watch my bitch. Yeah, she watch my dick, and she watch my dick, and she give me a kiss. Woo. This bitch nasty, this bitch sick. Ooh, free. This shit made me get live, get hype, 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 get live, get hype.
Danny on the track, boys.
I smell the pet like a bird, I'm so fly. So much happy times, I call it happiness in the sky. You little bitch, talking like you roll with sticks. What is this? I smoke gas and make music, ain't talking cash irrelevant. You a snitch, telling on your mans when you getting jams. Talking Draco in your vids, but giving info to the pigs. What is this world coming to? They call us jigaboos. I salute the real ones that's moving, pack no talking fool. Get that bread. If you got a 9 to 5, go in that bitch. Spend that check. If you getting 20,000 for the show, trap that shit. If you're selling packs of gas for the low, don't worry, bitch. This chickens everywhere. They always at the store. Nigga shit, rapping, trapping, moving dope. We Thriller, Michael Jackson, ho. Yeah, that bitch a little pop. She always tryna dick dope. Yeah, I'm swaggin' supreme, babes. I'm up the street clothes. Yeah, no telling. That's the #1 G code. Ayy, we be yelling out bros over hoes. Niggas talking big, but soon to be exposed. Every time we sliding hoes wanna pose. Ayy, we be yelling out bros over hoes.
Niggas talking big but soon to be exposed. Every time we sliding hoes wanna pose. We be yelling out bros over hoes. Hey,
We yelling now, bros over hoes. I can spot a wolf in sheep clothing. Told him we after money, gritty Gucci, it ain't no folding. Shot the video to that, now it's out and it's over. Some things don't need to be said afterwards, no closure. And some things you need to end with your closure. It's tatted on me, faith and forward symbol, cause I'm focused. Roger Gold, Santoro, Will Smith, focus. And the shit I'm smoking on is potent like a lotus. Yeah, bros over hoes, that's the G code. And I know if you told, I ain't never switching on my day one homies. I'ma get this money and just stack it like a building. Yeah.
we be yelling out bros over hoes. Niggas talking big but soon to be exposed. Every time we sliding hoes on the pose. We be yelling out bros over hoes. I do me until it's no me. Yeah, I'm long range sniper game like Ginobili. Yeah, I'm fourth quarter clutch, bitch. Call me Kobe. And yeah, I smoke the loud, pack the odor all on me. On my clothes. Bow. Bow. I'm on the track now. I'm about to put it down. He didn't stop the beat, so I'm about to get wild. Yeah, you know you better not stop this or you will get put down. Bow, bow. Some funny shit for your ass. I go in the grass like in the grass. I don't know. I'm on your ass, bitch. Like that toilet paper in the trash
Shit, face emoji looking ass nigga, fuck that girl. She say no, you did it. So please somebody tell me which one is it. Matter of fact, forget it, I split it, I hit it, I pass it, call it switch or assistant or switcher. Matter of fact, let me go and hit this switcher. Matter of fact, let me go and hit these switches. Driving in that foreign, this is not a rental. We be yelling out bros over hoes. Niggas talking big but soon to be exposed. Every time we slide, hoes wanna pose. We be yelling out bros over hoes.
Hey, what's good, Blake? What's good, Nick? Why these niggas be hating on LCLD so much, bro? Flames. Man, we need to make the wrong decisions. Flames. I mean, if we do, you know what I'm saying? It ain't the end of it. They be tripping. Like, you still gonna goddamn look up to us. Fuck them niggas.
I make rhymes from my past times that got me fucked up. But my past rhymes and my bad times made me strong, that's why I lucked up. Diamond shine, optic nerve stuck, niggas all about a buck. We making moves very smooth like David Blaine, very elusive, fuck. Yeah, niggas hate, I just choose to embrace it. We just in a different space like this alien spaceship. And every time they fucking talking, all I hear is the hatred. But these niggas still ain't shit, always gonna be capeless.
Eyes on me, black and black, my name is Mason. She said she worship me like a Freemason. She ride my details, she cannot take it. She bless me cause I said my amazing grace. Me and flight take off, we alien invading. If I'm wrong, then I'm right, just replace me. Nigga, stop worrying about me, I don't want retaliation. Unless you keep pressing, you can eat your make Fuck it.
Decision is not the end of the world. If I make the wrong decision, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah. said, I get high like it's Friday. Fuck a Friday, every day is my day. Yeah, it's my day, or hit the highway. But I put God first, haters in their face. Oh, now they mad at me, wait. Hold up, flight eat 'em, gone, take.
Niggas talking down, don't know I just might be famous. And anytime you want a problem, God could ain't my domus. All I'm tryna do is party till bitches get naked. Fuck them bitches to the left, they got too many facelifts. But they ass is fat, I just might go ahead and take it. When that money coming fast, them bitches flocking crazy. The paper crazy, the flow make them have my babies. But never that, I can't have the fucking complications.
Better roll up to Bo, bro. Yeah, we better roll up to Bo. This was still going, though. We still smoking on this shit.
There's only one blunt. God damn. I'm harder than giraffe ass.
Oh, I wish I could smell this shit. Smell it. Smell it like.
Smell it. It smell good. OG. Bass.
Famous gang, bitch.
You came to my cars, I'm like space. Bye-bye to the hating. You came to my cars, I'm like space. Bye-bye to the hating. You came to my cars, I'm like space. Bye-bye to the hating. You came to my cars, I'm like space. Bye-bye to the hating. You came to my cars, I'm like space. Bye-bye to the hating. You came to my cars, I'm like space. Bye-bye to the hating. Yeah, it's bye-bye to the hating. Hating is way too close to Satan. And I don't do no motherfucking faking. Haters ain't for me. Haters R.I.P. Haters get t-shirts or the gray, rest in peace. Haters ain't for me. Haters R.I.P. Haters getting t-shirts and rest in peace. Ain't no way these niggas killing me. Only thing is taking me is God. And when he called, then I know that it is his time. And I'm on his, so I ain't tripping. You came to my cars, I'm like space. Bye-bye to the hating. You came to my cars, I'm like space. Bye-bye to the hating. You came to my cars, I'm like space. Bye-bye to the hating. You came to my cars, I'm like space. Bye-bye to the hating. You came to my cars, I'm like space. Bye-bye to the hating. You came to my cars, I'm like space. Bye-bye to the hating.
Niggas out here hating on other niggas that ain't official. Y'all know it's rules to this game and this artificial. I had a heart, but I wanted diamond, just chose crystal. She matter, space ain't hit king when I'm a joker and I'm so vicious. I'm got it till the end like a ballistic missile. These niggas hating, ain't even got no pistols. Calling me like I'm the gunman with the fucking mission. Nigga, I am that nigga I'm working with. You would try me, nigga, I'm in here. And I don't give a fuck, nigga, you're not taking me to the end. I am going to the end when God calls. When he call, I am gone. Cause you can't play my cards.
You came to my cars, I'm like space. Bye-bye to the hating. You came to my cars, I'm like space. Bye-bye to the hating. You came to my cars, I'm like space. Bye-bye to the hating. You came to my cars, I'm like space. Bye-bye to the hating. You came to my cars, I'm like space. Bye-bye to the hating. You came to my cars, I'm like space. Bye-bye to the hating. You into my car, I'm like, Riggs.
Excuse me. All right, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Stock Market Live with LCAOD. I'm still live here with you. We're waiting on Secretary Jen. She's going to be arriving here, shortly. Any moment now. The market is holding its gains up. You guys, as you can see, stocks on the high here. Tesla's right back, retesting 900 again. So they right at this point, like, if they break this level, we're off to a new level here, you guys. The market will be different here come next week if we break this level where we're at right now. It is 2:52 p.m. Approaching power hour here. Market almost closed here. But Secretary Jen, she's a market mover. She'll probably have something to say here to move the market again. As I said earlier, peep her color scheme. If you're just now tuning in, this is the refresh live stream. The other live stream from this morning had got taken down. I was trying to play the March Madness games. Didn't know you couldn't do that on YouTube. So I am still watching it myself, though. But just looking at it here, that's what I've been doing, is really just watching the games here. As I'm looking at the charts and numbers, too. But it's really chilling out here, besides it holding up here. I mean, I know they say don't buy on the high, but you got to think this really might not be the high. This might be the bottom, or this could be the top. So basically, we're just back in another risk to reward ratio here. Profit was taken, companies resetting stuff here, numbers are resetting, charts are resetting. So it's going to be crazy next week. Oh, somebody's got dunked on in March Madness. Somebody from Auburn dunked on somebody. They'll be showing that replay. They'll highlight all day on ESPN. Looks like Auburn won, too, you guys. Auburn did win. They pulled out the win here. Well, we all just sitting here right now, still waiting. This is the Stock Market Live with LCAOD. And let's see. What can we do? Y'all want to play LCAOD Jeopardy while we're waiting on Secretary Jen, or y'all want to wait till she show up and then play afterwards? Let's go ahead and do it now. You know what? We're going to call it random. We're going to call it random caller. Let's see who we can call here. What can we do? Who's in my call log? Who's in my messages? There's got to be somebody in my messages. Okay, let's see. I don't know what I should do. Let's see. No, it's got to be my call log. Let's go. About to play LCAOD Jeopardy. Since there's nothing else to do here, might as well play LCAOD Jeopardy. I want to see. Somebody's going to be up to it, though. Hold on. Let's see who we can get here. Who can I call? Let's see. It's got to be like a random selection. Let's see. How can I do this? Give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. Or should I just do someone random in the comment section of the Discord? Let's see. Let's see. We can do it. Let's see. I don't really know, man. I don't know. Nobody's picking up. I'm trying to give me 1 second, guys. I'm trying to see if somebody wants to play. Nobody's picking up, you guys. We might not have no luck today. We might have to chill out on it. Yeah, I think what's going on. People really don't have time for games here today. I'm just trying to enlighten the mood here. Tesla's at 900, you guys. I think they're gonna only rip their face off rally to 1K, man. 1K would be nice for next week. I think that'd be a great run for next week if it could do that. If it could run another 100 next week, man, that'd be awesome on Tesla. And that'll be a road to recovery there because they haven't really been up here since they got clapped on their earnings in January. They fell from here twice, 3 times. So bounced off of it down there 3 times. Now we're back up here at the highs. I think it'd be nice if they can get back to at least $985 on Tesla now. They are at 900, so they can go up at least about another $85. Tesla will be golden here. They'll be back in the 1K range. Mr. 1K will be back on the board. Amazon already regained Mr. 3000. They're almost 32. They're Mr. 32. Oh, man. Horn. Amazon is 3,200 on the share price, you guys. They just tagged it. Wow, wow, wow. So as I thought last week, 2 weeks ago, 2,700, 2,800 was the bottom. I knew it. So, yeah, we're going to begin shortly here with Secretary Jen. We might have to delay LCOD Jeopardy, you guys. Seriously, I don't think nobody is in the mood to play today. Nobody's picking up. I could do a random selection here in my messenger or my comment section, but then I don't know if anybody will be knowing what they might not be able to hear me. I don't know. I'm definitely not trying to get booted off here again. So it's limited things I can do here. So you guys, I don't know. I'm trying to contact some of my clients. Nobody's responding, so we might just have to delay it here today, you guys. I'm sorry. Oh, no LCAOD Jeopardy. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. We got to hold the brakes on that. So, yeah, we might not be able to play today, you guys. I'm sorry. I apologize. I got you guys excited. We good. But I don't want to, like I said, I already got warned here about doing stuff, so I don't want to get kicked off here and be bad for a week, and then y'all won't hear from LCOD for 2 weeks. Oh, no, we can't have that. No. So we gotta... You hold that door! You know what I'm saying? We gotta hold the door because we can't be getting caught up in that. I'm sorry. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Stock Market Live with LCAOD. The market is in the green. The Dow's up 20%. S&P 500 is up 70. And the Nasdaq's up 1.55. The Russell 2000 is up 62%. The VIX is down 5.38. So the VIX is still down to the downside. Tesla's right here at 900. Amazon's right here at 3,200. Everybody's hitting their new price targets and their new ranges. There was a short squeeze this week, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first time we've seen these numbers on the board in probably about a month or two now, maybe a month or two. It's been a while, ladies and gentlemen. We haven't seen these numbers in about a month or two. So this is exciting. We know it can get very high from here, though. This ain't even it. They're not done. This is only the start here. So this is either the top or the start to it, back to the all-time highs. One of the two here. We're still waiting on Secretary Jen here. She will begin shortly. We're going to play some music continuously until it's Power Hour too, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man, we got 1 hour left. Let me get a horn for that.
The New York City Police Department would like to remind you that gas packs and other large containers are subject to random search by the police and provided.
Hey, break it down now. Hey, that's the random Power Hour dance there, ladies and gentlemen. You will not hear that again today, so don't ask. But we will be back when we see her walk to the podium, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Stock Market Live with LCAOD. We got 1 hour left till close, ladies and gentlemen. The weekend is here. I feel it. I sense it. I touch it. I smell it. I know it. It's here. It's around the corner. It's coming. Oh, man. We'll be back right after the break, ladies and gentlemen, or when she walks to the podium.
Sorry for D delay. Somebody prayed on this downfall. Somebody prayed on this damn call. Why the fuck would you call 911? Why the fuck would you call 911? I ain't even hear you, bitch. You was hitting me while I was fucking driving, trying to fucking end your life and mine in a car crash. I don't know what the fuck you was trying to think with this shit. I don't know, but my car crunk up. I kept going. So you decided to call a 12, thinking that they was gonna try to fucking help. Help what? You doing this all on yourself. You could have got out, but you told me no, go to hell. So I said, okay, I'm gonna take you to the 502 and this is gonna be okay. Call my relax, you will be okay. Believe that. Then the cops rolled by. They ain't do nothing. They went to that market. And I kept going. Stopped at the stop sign. Then I kept going. Sports complex on my right side. The sports complex on my right side. And now you fucking wildin' like blindside. Came in, then you fucking sacked me. I see your cousin. He ain't trying to stop. And Swag kept on going. So it's all good. I wouldn't even dream about Swag. I understand. Yeah, he in the situation that I'm in. But that was before. Now I'm in that shit. And I ain't trying to be fucking victim to it. And I don't want to be in the fucking system, boo. I don't even understand why you did this to me. Ended my life. Now I'm fucking remembering this. Now I got the devil in my kitchen. Now this shit is fucking working. Now this shit is fucking screeching. I don't give a fuck about nobody else but myself. I gotta learn that first before I understand anybody else. The fuck? Yana, I didn't hit her. I just smoked weed. I am a fucking victim to the fucking weed. I know that shit fucking keep us healthy. So I just keep on smoking it. It made me better. Shit like that. I don't sell it. I don't never sell shit. If I do sell something, it is my weapons. Yeah, my weapons. Nah, I don't sell no weapons. But I do sell clothes and shoes, and I'm a rapper too. So I just do what I do, and I just stay in my mood. Kids stay in school, cause that's what they do. They don't wanna do that. They wanna put you in the grave too. That's what they wanna do. I was not about to be another topic to the news. I was not about to be another topic to the news. Hell no. She would've been guilty as fuck. Unsolved murder. All for what? What? Please somebody tell me. I don't understand it. Please somebody help me. But it's all good. I was in my mood, so this what it was. So this what it was. Speaking what becomes, I just do me. That's all it was. I was just trying to have some fun. That's all it was. Just have some fun. I ain't know that my fun was turning to love. She's so crazy, man. She was getting addicted. She was obsessed, damn. She was so stressed, damn. And I didn't even see it. Cause I'm a happy person, I just stay positive about every situation. I don't do nothing, y'all niggas is busy. I'm just getting money, y'all niggas gon' hate me. When I get up out this probation, that's what I'm calling it. That's the worst case. I don't give a fuck, cause I ain't do nothing. I was not in the wrong, I ain't do nothing. I talked to my lawyer, he talking different subjects. He told me just stay out of fucking trouble, just be clean. And I said, I'ma be clean. I'ma tell you the real. I ain't gon' sugarcoat nothing. I am a real one. I am a human being. Like Wayne, I understand that now. Didn't understand it when I was young, but I grew up now. And now I get everything that they talk about. Yeah. So I better watch my mouth. Cause I'm never going back. Tell the judge that's a fact. Tell her that's a fact. Cause we can't talk.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're still awaiting Secretary Jen. Ladies and gentlemen, we still are awaiting Secretary Jen. We are still live here. We're with you guys. I thought she would have probably been up by now. That's why I had to screen like that. But she's still not here, not ready yet. Not quite yet. We're a little late today. Never wrong with it, man. Never wrong with it. But she will be here shortly. Trust and believe. When they say she'll be here shortly, she'll be here. She's probably watching the games or something right now. Still getting a little last minute trades off. Looks like Amazon's on the high here. Amazon is on the high here, 32.03. So stock's still going up, you guys. Gang's holding here. Microsoft about to hit 300. NVIDIA about to hit 265. Google's picking up. Tesla's picking up. Everything's picking up. Uh-oh. We're looking at new levels. We made it, you guys. The bulls are bursting through here. They're not playing around here. They're not playing around here today, man. Looks like continuation. Looks like continuation all over throughout the weekend here. If this can hold, this level right here can hold. 443.42 on the spot. The spot's on the high, new high of the day, ladies and gentlemen. We're creeping up to 445. Oh, man. Here we go. Stock's picking up now. Yes, sir. Market is doing good here. The market is going up. The market is going up. The market is going up. I told you guys, get those long terms ready. Get them ready. I warned you. All those cheap discounts are not cheap discounts anymore. You got to look at the next level now, you guys. It can still go. Still a lot to go here. A lot of room to run. 443.50 on the SPY. They're picking up here. New high on the SPY, you guys. New high of the day on the SPY. Yes, sir. It's picking up here. And stocks are picking up with this. Stocks are picking up with this move. You got crypto's going wonderful here. Ethereum is up, you guys. Ethereum is almost back at 3,000. They were claiming they're missing 3,000 level. Bitcoin is over 40,000. They were claiming they're missing the 40K level. They're reclaiming these levels, you guys. These crypto market and stock market is reclaiming their levels, you guys. They're reclaiming their resistance levels. So we are seeing trees get chopped down. We're seeing resistance turn to straight support here. Like they are literally getting out the way. They're not doing anything to reject anything anymore. They're done rejecting here. Enough money was probably made off the push. Or this still is the top, ladies and gentlemen, going into the weekend. We do not know, but it must hold to make that reasonable. It must hold to make that reasonable, ladies and gentlemen. But we still are here live with you guys. This is the Stock Market Live with LCAOD. We're still here with you guys. We ain't going nowhere until the bell close, to the market close. We here. We got everything pulled up. Charts and numbers. We ain't really looking at too much right now, but the top movers. Earnings season is dying out here. I'm only looking at the top movers. Tesla's up $28 here. That's 3%. Amazon's up $60 up here. That's 2%. You see what I'm saying? I'm looking at top movers. I ain't looking at nothing else. So you ain't gonna catch nothing else on this live stream. But top movers here. Target picking up here. They were red, they green. They're up $5 here. Picking up. Stocks picking up here. NVIDIA's up 16, you guys. They're ripping. They're having a rip your face off rally here right now. Microsoft's up 5. GME's on the high here. They remember they had earnings yesterday. GME is on the high, you guys. They're up 95. Meta's on the high here. Everything's on the high, man. Things are going up here. Market's picking up, you guys. We're going to continue to wait for Secretary Jen. When we see her walk to the podium, we'll turn the music off and we'll tune into her, see what she got to say. Other than that, the market's on the high. The market's breaking new highs of the day. 443.60 on the spot. The market's going up right now. It's still going up. Can I get a one? Can I get a two? The market's going up. Oh, my hand's going crazy. Volatility's going crazy. Oh, man.
Sorry for the delay. Damn, man, I ain't think this shit was gonna happen, man. This shit crazy, bro. It's all good, I'm out. Hey, everybody's at the scream and say free, bro. Right. You really mean that shit? Right. Hey, started off my day, back to it. I ain't take a shower at first, I was ruined. But I'ma keep it real to these niggas that I do not hit women. I said I do not hit bitches. I just have sex, dick in her kidneys. That is all it is. I don't want no kids, but if I bustin' up, I do want that bitch. So that means something. Why would you call the cops? They not gonna help me or you. Nah. So now we taking 2 L's. Yeah, you claim you 2 L's. but is you fucking real? I don't feel them, man, they fucking still. Holding up my music, man, push that shit. Push that shit, cause I'm a real fucking nigga. I ain't telling no lies, I'm the realest nigga. I was in there with the guys, yeah, free my nigga Trap, free my nigga Chalk, free E-double-O, free the fucking West. Yeah, man, fuck that beef, we need to get together and blow up like Atlanta. Straight like that. If you don't feel what I'm saying, nigga, you whack. Straight like that. I shouldn't have fought with no duck, but I did, so now I got a duck, from all these fucking pigeons, Yeah. Sorry for the delay. Yeah. Hey, first day out, ain't no going back. Ain't no time for none of that. Ain't got time for the feds. Ain't got time for them watching me, staking me on house arrest. Ain't got time for nothing. Yeah, put that shit to bed rest. I thought about what happened, but I was tripping. I was trying to get my mind right, different. I was trying to stack my grind a little tighter. It was switching in front of me, and I didn't even see the picture. But now I see the picture. These niggas all different. These niggas talking against me, and I don't be against them. That shit is so wicked, and I don't even feel them. They wanna hear me talk, well, now I'm talking, nigga. You opened up my eyes and my mind to society. What it is, and ain't no secret, it ain't no environment. It is what it is when you gon' be violent. When you gon' do what you gon' do, you can turn to violent. Straight like that, the flowers, more than people crying. That's what it is, it's going down when you seek that violence. And nigga, I don't seek it, but niggas got me creeping. Niggas got me thinking, man, what the fuck I'm doing weekend? Put that shit down, I gotta fucking get it back. Some way, somehow, I can't let it attract. I know they're attracted to me, that's why I'ma drop a track shit. I just got mixed up, caught up, I was gambling. Nigga, I ain't do that, we are all pitching. That's how it is, don't hit my line for shit. Real shit, no more, I looked out, my nigga. I done smoked zips to zips to zips to zips. So shut the fuck up. And don't be crying, little nigga, don't be snitching. Don't be talking on my name on the internet. Talking about who I date, that's personnel. I was talking about a TV, you can pick up the phone. I was doing me, I'm grinding. Man, where's my bro? I miss him to death, like he was fucking dead, but he dead, yeah. He just running up a check, he just running for his daughter, he just running for respect. And I respect it. And I'm just gonna do that, and I'ma neglect it, reflect it, what all they wanna do, whatever they wanna talk about. They can't kill me, they can't stop me, I don't care, nah. They wanna be me, I'm giving out cash, just like candy. And they just kids, you get it, hey. You get it, hey. LCAOD, I really did, hey. They can't take that from me, they hatin', hey. They can't take that from me, they hatin'. Yeah, and OD and everything you do. If you ain't OD and then I don't know you, who the fuck is you?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Jen is about to arrive to the podium. Take your seats here, tune in, listen, and learn something here. Yeah, she might be telling you something good going into the weekend and going into next week, maybe even up into the close. Or she might just have it just chill out here. I doubt she make it dump, but you just never know with this these type of briefings during this type of time. But we do know when it's coming live from the White House, it's a market mover there, so it's going to move the market. Ladies and gentlemen, just be prepared right now. SPY's on the high, 444.15, ladies and gentlemen. About to test 445. Here's Jen.
Okay. Just one item for all of you at the top. On Monday, the president will join the Business Roundtable CEO quarterly meeting at their headquarters in Washington, D.C. to discuss the United States response to Russia's unprovoked and unjustified war with Ukraine, and the president's plans to lower costs for working families, create good-paying union jobs, and tackle the climate crisis. On Wednesday, as you all know, he will travel to Brussels, Belgium, where he will have a packed Thursday. He's traveling that day. There's not a schedule that day, but eat your Wheaties, eat your spinach. It's going to be a long Thursday because on Thursday, to start the day, the president will attend an extraordinary NATO summit to discuss ongoing deterrence and defense efforts in response to Russia's unprovoked and unjustified attack on Ukraine. He will also reaffirm our ironclad commitment to our NATO allies and to defend every inch of our NATO territory. Then he will join a scheduled European Council summit to discuss our shared concerns about Ukraine, including transatlantic efforts to impose economic sanctions on Russia, provide humanitarian support to those affected by the violence, and address other challenges related to the conflict. Later in the day, he will attend the G7 meeting called by Germany to further discuss with our allies and partners the consequences we are imposing on Russia for its war of choice. We'll have more announcements, I'm certain, on the trip in the days ahead. I don't have additional details. We've also, of course, invited our National Security Advisor, who always enjoys engaging with all of you, to join us to preview the trip early next week. So we're just figuring out the date and the time depending on when the charter leaves. With that, Zeke, why don't you kick us off?
No updates on the Friday schedule?
Don't have any updates at this point in time.
After the president's call this morning with Chris Ritchie, does the White House now have a sense of whether or not China has decided whether to assist Russia backfill its supplies and fulfill its request for material it's invading Ukraine?
Well, I'm not going to give an assessment of that from here. What I can tell you is that the majority of this call, as I think you heard it, you saw in the readout, and you heard, I think, on the call we just did, but was focused on Russia's unprovoked invasion of Ukraine. The president spent the vast majority of the nearly 2 hours was spent with the president outlining the views of the United States and our allies and partners on this crisis, including a detailed overview of efforts to prevent and then respond to the invasion, how we got here, steps we've taken, where we've gone, and why. Of course, as was also noted in the readout, but let me just reiterate, he also conveyed and described the implications and consequences if China provides material support to Russia. But again, I'm not going to provide any additional assessment from here.
The president has cast the efforts to sort of build up the Western alliance as sort of like democracies versus autocracy. One very large, the largest democracy in the world is in fact buying Russian oil right now at a discount, expanding its purchases, taking advantage of the situation. Does the White House have any response to India's purchases there, and does the president plan to reach out to the Indian government to try to get that decision reversed?
Well, we have not. We made a decision about banning the Russian import of oil. Every country has not made that decision, and we recognize that, and they have different economic reasoning as to why different countries do, including some in Europe. We have been in touch, of course, with Indian leaders at a range of levels, not through the president. If that happens, we will, of course, provide that readout and information to all of you. But what we would project or convey to any leader around the world is that the rest of the world is watching where you're going to stand as it relates to this conflict, whether it's support for Russia in any form as they are illegally invading Ukraine.
And on a different topic, on COVID, really funny, we saw this week Pfizer request a EUA for a fourth shot or a second booster dose for seniors, and Moderna last night, boosters for all adults and other boosters. Does the federal government have the money right now to purchase the doses needed to give everyone the boosters? Should the FDA and the CDC clear that?
Well, just to reiterate some of the pieces of where the process is. So the CDC does recommend fourth doses for the immunocompromised. While it hasn't been, of course, as you noted, approved for others, and they're running a vigorous data-driven process. And right now, over 100 million Americans have been boosted. Millions more have not done so and are eligible to do so and need to get boosted. But to go to your question, we've been clear we need additional funding from Congress. You've heard me talk about that a fair amount in here, including for the possibility of a fourth dose or a variant-specific vaccine. So we would indeed need additional funding to ensure that can be widely available.
Go ahead. During the readout of this call, a senior official said that the president was really sort of laying out his assessment of the situation to President Xi, that he was making clear the implications of certain actions, but that President Biden wasn't making specific requests of China. Why not, and given the stakes here?
Because China has to make a decision for themselves about where they want to stand and how they want the history books to look at them and view their actions. And that is a decision for President Xi and the Chinese to make.
Given the growing concerns about China possibly aligning with Russia, would you say it's more concerning at this point that they would help Russia resupply, help Russia with military equipment, or that they would offer economic support to help Russia evade sanctions?
Any of those would be concerning to us, but I'm not going to give a rank order assessment of which we're more concerned about.
And you don't have a sense that China may be leaning more in one direction or another?
Not an assessment I can provide from here.
I guess sort of a logistical question. You know, the Chinese got out a readout of the call fairly quickly.
Before it was even done.
It was, I think, 3.5, maybe
remarkable.
Before your readout was out. Should we read anything into the time that it took to get your side of the story out?
So it was a lengthy call, as you all know. 2-hour call is of course a lengthy call, even with translation. And what typically happens, and this time is a little longer than typical, but is there's a meeting to discuss what happened during the meeting and assess what kind of information we can provide publicly. Obviously, we want to do as much as that as possible to all of you, but we also want to ensure we're protecting the diplomatic channels and conversations. So it was an effort to do exactly that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, so, we've spoken to U.S. and European diplomats who say that there's still not exactly an agreement on what the red line would be. That, when China would face consequences. Can you say a little bit more about those discussions and whether there is agreement with the G7 allies and others who have joined in about what the trigger is and what sort of consequences there would be?
Well, Andrea, I would say, the movement of China to align with Russia or to the movement of them to align with Russia or their proximity of moving closer together is certainly of great concern to us, as we have expressed, and we are not the only country that has expressed that concern, including many other members of the G7 have expressed exactly that concern. So this is part of the discussion, has been an ongoing part of the discussion. Expect it certainly would be when the president goes to Europe next week, but we're not in a place at this point to outline the specifics. We're still discussing.
And then just to follow up on that, initially, I think going into the call, we were expecting that there would be discussion about Iran and North Korea as well. Did the two leaders get around to those issues, and are they any closer in terms of alignment on those issues? And then just to your first point, or your response, one of the issues that has separated the U.S. and China in recent years has been disputes over trade and lots of tariffs. Would you anticipate that China would face a larger trade war if, or additional sanctions and tariffs if it does proceed to align closer, more closely?
Well, we have a range of tools that could be considered, and sanctions are certainly one tool in the toolbox, as they are for other countries as well, even if as we have not outlined specific consequences, and we'll communicate those directly to China and, of course, with our European partners and counterparts. The call was focused, as the readout conveyed, the vast majority of it was on Russia's unprovoked invasion of Ukraine, but also the issue of Taiwan was raised by the Chinese, and the president reiterated the U.S. policy on Taiwan has not changed. That was really the vast majority of the focus of the call. Obviously, there are a range of issues and topics we discussed with the Chinese, and as a part of this call, there was an agreement on ensuring there was an open line of communication and that the discussion would continue in this critical period ahead, of course, at lower levels. Go ahead.
During this tour call, did President Xi ever refer to it as an invasion?
we'll let President Xi and his team outline any more specifics about his component of the conversation.
Why not reveal if he called it an invasion or called it a war?
Because we don't, as a policy, speak for other countries. They can speak for themselves.
Yesterday, Secretary Blinken said the administration was concerned that China is considering answering Russia's request for more military equipment. After this terror call, does the White House still have that concern?
We have that concern. The president detailed, what the implications and consequences would be if China provides material support to Russia as it conducts brutal attacks against Ukrainian cities and civilians. And obviously, that is something we will be watching and the world will be watching.
So that concern hasn't gone away following the call.
Obviously, actions are a key part of what we'll be watching.
And Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov says that Russia will view any weapons shipments into Ukraine as, quote, legitimate targets. Obviously, President Biden just authorized $800 million in more security assistance, aka weapons potentially going into Ukraine. So what is the president's response to that comment?
Well, that's a threat that he has made before, I would just note, Foreign Minister Lavrov. I would note that just in terms of how it works, without getting into too many logistics, of course, there are no U.S. troops operating inside Ukraine. Our forces are in NATO territory, and so are NATO forces in NATO territory. So as we're talking about the operations of the movement of convoys and the movement of assistance, those are not the bodies that would be moving those assistance within Ukraine. So beyond that, though, I would say, of course, we watch closely what the actions are, the continued escalatory actions of the Russians, and we will watch closely if they follow up on that threat. I would remind you all that all of the convoys are not just moving military assistance; many of them are moving humanitarian assistance as well, food, and other aid that is getting to people who've been injured through this brutal invasion.
I guess the question is, how concerned are you about being able to get all $800 million of that assistance that's obviously so critically needed into Ukraine?
Well, we continue to have the means of getting that assistance in, and we have effectively been doing that in recent days, so we will continue to work through those channels.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you, Jen. Did President Biden directly ask President Xi if he intends to help Russia?
Well, he made clear what the implications and the consequences would be if China provides material support to Russia as it conducts brutal attacks against Ukrainian cities and civilians. And that made clear what the consequences would be should they do that.
Did he ask, do you intend to help Russia, yes or no?
I think making clear what the consequences are made clear we don't want them to do it.
So can you offer any explanation for why the U.S. still has concerns after this call?
Because we'll continue to watch until we see what actions they take or don't take.
And following up on Andrea's question, does the administration view any distinction between financial support and military support for Russia? Or will the consequences, will there be consequences regardless of what kind of aid?
We would watch closely, and we would be prepared for there to be consequences, but we would look closely on what it is, and we would align with our partners around the world.
And is it going to be escalatory consequences like we've seen with Russia?
Again, I'm not going to get into a hypothetical at this point in time. We'll have those discussions directly with the Chinese and directly with our European partners.
And one more. Short of getting any guarantees from China that they are not going to help Russia, and short of China condemning Russia for its actions, what is it about the call that President Biden thinks went well, as he said to one of my colleagues?
I think it was an opportunity for the president to convey directly what our detailed efforts have been, what we have seen on the ground, how we have responded to the invasion, why we have the significant level of concern that we have, and also to convey very directly, leader to leader, what the implications and consequences would be if Russia provides material support. And that leader to leader engagement, an opportunity for there to be a continuing discussion, certainly the president sees as a positive development. Go ahead.
Thank you, Jen. A couple of days ago, you described javelins and stingers as defensive weapons and MiGs and planes as offensive weapons. So how do we classify the armed drones that we're sending?
I would remind everybody that Russia is invading Ukraine, not the other way around. Ukraine is not invading Russia. They are not going into a foreign country and invading that country. And what we're sending to Ukraine is security assistance, all of it, and weapons that they are effectively using to defend their country against Russian aggression. And that is how all of this material would be categorized.
In that sense, then wouldn't MiGs also be defensive since Ukraine is defending itself from attacks from Russia?
Well, again, this is all assessments made by our Defense Department, but I would tell you that as it relates to the transfer of fighter planes from a U.S. base in Germany into contested Ukrainian airspace, where our military and intelligence community determine the benefits provided to Ukraine's defense are low and the risks of escalation are high, that is how we assess that, but also those type of planes would be a different category of military assistance.
It seems like we're splitting hairs over semantics in terms of how we're classifying some of these weapon systems. And obviously the president's gotten some criticism from both sides of the aisle for even when he takes action, sometimes doing it after there's been a lot of political pressure, for instance, on imposing the sanctions, on sending the Stingers and the Javelins, on banning Russian oil. So if there's any chance that the U.S. is going to facilitate the transfer of MiGs in some way, why not just do it now?
Well, I think we've outlined pretty clearly why we've made the decision not to do that, including the fact that they have multiple squadrons of planes that they can utilize, and the fact that, most importantly, the types of assistance that we've been providing, anti-armor, anti-tank, anti-missiles, is what is effective in fighting this war on the ground. That is why we've provided that assistance. None of the weapons we've sent to Ukraine could be used to launch an invasion of a country like Russia. That's a fact. That's why we call them defensive weapons. That's why the Defense Department calls them defensive weapons. And I would remind everybody that they are the country that are under attack.
I want to move on to the Iran talks. This week, the president said that we are crippling Putin's economy with punishing sanctions that are only going to grow more painful over time. But the State Department said that the administration would not sanction Russian participation in nuclear projects that are part of the JCPOA. So how does the administration justify calling for such strong sanctions on Russia, but giving them a pass when it comes to Iran? Isn't that hypocritical in some sense?
There's absolutely no pass given. They're not getting additional assistance or sanctions relief of any sort. They have an implementation role. They've had an implementation role in the past as it relates to the Iran nuclear deal, and that is certainly what we would be talking about in this regard. But for clarity purposes, there's absolutely no additional sanctions assistance that Russia would be receiving that is outside of the Iran nuclear deal.
So, but just carving out what's already there and giving it protection, that it will not be sanctioned?
Well, to explain to you, or for those of you who have covered back in 2015, you may remember this, that there have been roles in the past that Russia has played in terms of the movement or the protection, the nuclear protections in some capacity of as we're implementing the Iran deal, and that's what we're really referring to. That's part of the discussion in the deal.
A new deal that we're doing.
It's the similar implementation components. It's an implementation and discussion around a similar deal that was discussed back in 2015.
And the Director of National Intelligence annual threat assessment last month said that Iran has threatened to kill former and current U.S. officials in retaliation for the U.S. killing the IRGC's leader, Qasem Soleimani. So do those threats constitute terrorism?
Well, I would just remind you all that where we are, one, I'm not going to just confirm or get into specifics about any threats through intelligence channels, but where we are right now is that not only has Iran's nuclear program advanced, but their behavior in the region and beyond has gotten more aggressive, including by the Islamic Revolutionary Guard. So the notion that the actions of the past administration pulling out of the Iran nuclear deal has cut down on the actions or the escalatory behavior of the Iran Revolutionary Guard is inaccurate. The Iranian government has actually doubled their budget or something like that. So the notion that the approach that the status quo is effective and making us safer just doesn't bear out in any form of facts.
So they should not then, the IRGC be delisted from the terrorist blacklist?
There's an ongoing negotiation. I'm not going to get into specifics of it, but I would just note that the status quo where we stand has done nothing to make us safer in any regard. In fact, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard has only been strengthened. Go ahead.
Jen, I want to follow up with you on the call. You have, from the podium and in the readout, it says the president described the implications and consequences if China provides material support to Russia. So to be clear, did President Biden warn President Xi not to send any support to Russia?
I think he made clear what the implications and consequences would be if he did. That is laying out what the consequences would be. President Xi has to decide what he's going to do here.
And not just here, but is it fair to characterize that as a warning?
I would characterize it exactly as I said it.
And did President Biden and President Xi discuss the possibility of lifting sanctions and or tariffs as a way to get China?
This was not about carrots. This was about laying out what the implications and consequences would be.
Step away from the phone call and have a sense that he can work with China as it relates to Ukraine?
I think he came away feeling that he had conveyed clearly what the implications and consequences would be, and also that he had the opportunity to lay out specifically what steps we've taken, why, and what we're seeing on the ground. And he also said that we would continue conversations task the teams to continue conversations. So that indicates that we will continue to engage with them.
I want to follow up with you on something we've been discussing throughout the week, the issue of refugees. Newsweek has reported that the U.S. is actually detaining Ukrainian refugees in ICE detention centers, those who are seeking entry into the country, which seems like a contradiction of President Biden saying that he would welcome them here. Can you tell us why this is happening and what's being done?
I can't confirm any specific cases. I'd point you to the Department of Homeland Security. But what I would say is that we are still implementing our immigration laws at the border. That means that Title 42 is in place, and for individuals who come through abnormal migration, we approach that through the same laws and implementation. When the president says he would welcome refugees, of course he would, but they have to apply through the refugee programs.
But do you acknowledge, Jen, that detaining them is a contradiction to President Biden saying he would welcome them with open arms?
Well, again, Kristen, we implement and we our immigration laws across the board, no matter what country you come from, and that has been our case and approach from the beginning. Welcoming refugees means applying through the refugee process. And again, as I've said in here, we are looking at a range of options, including providing a broad range of humanitarian assistance to the countries where the vast majority of refugees are going.
Is it a priority for President Biden to address this situation so that refugees are not being detained at ICE detention centers?
Well, again, we are continuing to apply our immigration laws at the border. And so refugees who want to come to the United States, of course we would welcome Ukrainian refugees. That is why, but they have to apply through the existing programs. There's an ongoing discussion about what programs or what steps we could take. And we certainly, that's an important conversation and process internally. Where we have put all of our efforts to date, the vast majority of them to date has been on providing a historic amount of funding to countries in the region, including a huge amount, billions of dollars that has been approved through the omnibus bill the president just signed into law to make sure that the countries that are welcoming the vast majority of these refugees have assistance and support and aid that they need.
Jen, you mentioned Taiwan. Will the U.S. deliver Javelins and Stingers on time this year to Taiwan? Can you answer that?
I don't have any update for you on military assistance to Taiwan. I would point you to the Department of Defense.
A separate question real quick. The White House, is it aware of ongoing destruction and vandalism of Catholic churches across the United States, statues as well? Is the president aware of that destruction taking place right now across the U.S.? Most recent examples in Florida at the Holy Family Catholic Church, in Royal Oak, Michigan, St. Mary Catholic Church, in Georgia, Sacred Heart Catholic Church, all vandalized, destroyed.
Well, I can assure you that the President, the White House, and the United States would oppose any destruction or desecration of religious institutions of any kind. And certainly Catholic churches, the President himself is a Catholic, of course.
Does the President believe that perhaps Pope Francis could play a role in mediating an end to this Ukraine crisis, the war?
I just don't have anything on Pope Francis's role. Obviously, we're focusing our efforts at this point in time and engaging with our European allies and counterparts around the world. Go ahead, Ashley.
If President Biden does not make a second stop on his trip abroad next week, as has been rumored, to Poland or some other place, what would be the reason? Would it be security concerns? Would it not be wanting to visit refugees at the border to draw resources away from that crisis?
I expect we'll have more on the trip soon, so I don't want to get too ahead of where we may or may not be, but we factor in a range of factors whenever we make any travel plans, including pulling resources away, as you noted, including security concerns, including, ensuring that we can implement it effectively. But we pulled this trip together pretty quickly, so we're working as quickly as we can to get any other details finalized.
More on a different topic, following up on what my colleague asked yesterday, President Zelensky mentioned in his address this idea of a U-24 United for Peace, it's a little unclear to me at least what exactly that would look like and mean. What is the White House's understanding of what he's asking for? Is that an alternative to NATO? What role would it fill? Can you try to?
We just don't have any other assessment or explanation from here. I mean, I'd certainly point you to the Ukrainians to discuss in more detail. We talk with them regularly. I don't have. I would let them speak for their own proposals. Go ahead.
When the president spoke to President Xi, did he set out any particular benchmarks by which he would measure their compliance, either financially on the arms issue? Any time frames out there? What, did he come to some kind of understanding or declaration to President Xi about how he would be measuring success?
Success in terms of whether or not he provides material support. I don't have anything more to outline on that for you. I would just say that the call was not about making asks. It wasn't about making assessments. It was about having an ongoing discussion and dialogue about the illegal invasion, or the invasion of Russia's unprovoked invasion of Ukraine.
And was there any discussion of the agreement that President Xi reached with President Putin just at the opening of the Olympics?
I just don't have more details on the call to read out beyond what we've conveyed to date. Go ahead.
Yeah, what can you say about the severity of the implications and consequences for Russia, for China, if they do indeed, in the estimation of the U.S., provide material support to Russia? I mean, are these to the level where it should really make China think twice before assisting Russia?
Well, it's up to President Xi and the Chinese to make that decision. But the president, again, laid out very clearly and directly in the call what the implications and consequences would be if they provided material support.
Why is the White House choosing not to elaborate and disclose more about what the consequences could be here?
Because we feel that it would be most constructive to have those conversations directly with the Chinese. Good.
Hi. A senior administration official just told us that that President Biden didn't make any specific requests to Xi, and that China will make its own decisions. But I think
I just said that too. There you go.
But we're nearing a pretty critical point in the war where, according to your own assessment, Russia seems poised to potentially deploy bio or chemical weapons. How much time is there for China to really weigh in here with Putin, and why not press for that while on the call?
I think that the primary focus of this call was for the president to lay out specifically the consequences and specifically where we've come to date. His assessment was that was the most constructive way to spend the call, and that it's going to be up to President Xi and the Chinese to determine what role they're going to play moving forward. Go ahead.
Implications and consequences.
Yeah.
I'm asking about this again because in the lead up to Russia's invasion, the White House was really extremely transparent, laying out call after call and briefing after briefing a lot of the specifics that we then saw implemented. Why, in this case, is it just saying implications and consequences and not giving the same specifics?
Sure, because we feel it's the most constructive way to engage and have a constructive dialogue.
Just to clarify, the specifics were given out in detail on this call. It sounds like you're
Correct. I'm not going to give you more details about the level of detail, but it was a detailed engagement. I'm not going to outline that more from here, but he was specific about what he described on the call. Go ahead.
I hope I'm not beating a dead horse here.
It's okay.
Yeah, okay, it's Friday. So you said previously the point of this call would be to see where she stands.
Yep.
You're obviously reluctant to tell us where she stands based on that call, and you pointed to the Chinese, but their readout, if you've read it, is doesn't tell you much either. So can you at least say after a 2-hour call, is the White House confident it knows where she stands, and you just don't want to tell us? Or are you not telling us because you don't really understand where he stands?
I think what I can tell you is that they tasked the teams with having continued discussions, but I'm not going to provide you any additional assessment from here. Go ahead in the middle.
How does President Biden define the current Chinese and U.S. relationship right now? Have you scheduled more communications, meetings, calls?
Yeah, they tasked the teams to follow up on today's conversation in this critical period ahead. I don't have anything in terms of when that will take place, but that was part of it. Go ahead.
And following the recent Texas primary election, the AP is reporting that roughly 13% of ballots were discarded following, new statewide election laws.
Mm-hmm.
One, is the White House concerned about these new numbers, and has the White House put in any new plan to try and get some sort of federal voting rights legislation or executive order into implementation?
Well, certainly we will continue to stay, we remain committed, the president and the vice president remain committed to doing everything we can to get voting rights legislation passed and move forward. And these reports are certainly a reminder of how important that is. In terms of the specifics of it, I'd really point you to the Democratic Party Committee on the political side of this, and I will see if our team has any other specific reaction from here.
Other question. We know next week the Supreme Court nominee Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson will be going for it with hearings. There's some new accusations from Capitol Hill. Some Republicans still saying that she's soft on crime. Senator Josh Hawley, for instance, saying that she's soft particularly on sex offenders. What is the White House's response to these new accusations, and are you at all concerned that it might taint public view as we go into hearings next week?
I think as we broadly look at it, I mean, after weeks of trying hard to find some way to attack Judge Jackson for saying that she was an affirmative action pick, then saying she was the product of dark money, then saying she should be suspect because she was a public defender, a group of far-right Republican senators, as you noted, have launched a last-ditched eve of hearing desperation attack on her record on sentencing in sexual offense cases. What is important here, I think, are the facts. And the facts are that in the vast majority of cases involving child sex crimes broadly, the sentences Judge Jackson imposed were consistent with or above what the government or U.S. probation recommended. And so this attack that we've seen over the last couple of days relies on factual inaccuracies and taking Judge Jackson's record wildly out of context. It dishonestly took a snippet of a transcript out of context when in fact Judge Jackson was repeating something a witness said in order to ask a question about their testimony. It also omits that the Sentencing Commission report mentioned was unanimously approved by the commission and is by law, which is by law bipartisan with equal representation.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, she did it again. Market Mover Jen. That is her new name for me. I'm going to call her Market Mover Jen. Did it again. The market is going crazy into the close, you guys. Amazon is rocketing right now. It is squeezed. They're done. There's no bear over there at all. It's a stock split going on. They're buying every piece of stock they got inside of that company, you guys. Amazon is up $85 today, $32.30, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh, I told y'all that they can run, and I told y'all they can do 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. Don't play with Amazon. Now they're gonna do this until the stock split, you guys. Man, this is incredible, man. This is gonna be a great weekend. Everybody should have covered their losses here if you even had any. If you didn't, you are up galore. You just probably became a millionaire today. I want to give you a shout out, and you deserve a horn. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, the market is going crazy here into the close. Secretary Jen did it again here. The VIX is coming down here. Volatility is coming down. Triple Qs is going crazy into the close. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you call quad witching. Quad witching times 4 upside here. And they're doing it. I don't think they're done, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's more to go. I don't know what you guys think, but I think it's more room to run here. Amazon can continue to go up, you guys. Tesla, everybody, all the big names you know, they really broke their resistance. We're still knocking down trees. We're starting to see an exit here out of the woods, you guys, too. If you haven't noticed here, the spot's at 444 here. Oh, VIX is coming down more. Stocks about to rock here at the after hours, or maybe right at close, ladies and gentlemen. But we have 1 minute. Yes, sir. Let's start wrapping it up here, ladies and gentlemen. The weekend is here. Stocks coming down here. They're probably taking profits. They know they got about 30 seconds left, ladies and gentlemen. You better make your final picks here. It's going to be a long weekend. We still got the war going on, too. March Madness is a bunch of stuff going on here. Oh, man, Secretary Jen, we're going to let this ride out until she's done here. But when this goes off, we're out of here, you guys. We're going to enjoy our weekend over here at LCAOD. You got about 15 seconds left. Wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you learned something. I hope you earned something today. What a day. My company had a wonderful day here today. We are looking good here at LCAOD. Ding, 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 ding. The market is closed, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot make any more picks here. Enjoy your weekend. We're going to tune into Secretary Jen here all the way to the close. And when she's done here, we're done, you guys. We're going to see you back here on Monday, man. I do apologize. Like I said, It might be a 2-part stream, or they deleted my stream from this morning, and it's only the second half of the day. If you're looking at the stream for today, or if you're looking for it over the weekend, you were trying to watch the recap. Just keep in mind that I got violated there this morning. Well, I actually violated YouTube by trying to play March Madness games. I do apologize. I didn't know I couldn't do that, but I do know now. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, VIX is selling off after hours. Oh, man, VIX is selling off. SPY going up after hours. Market's still going up, man. That is a good sign going into the weekend, you guys. That is tremendous, man. What a turnaround here. What a reversal. This is what you call a reversal. This is what you call quiet witching times 4 to the upside. Oh, man, this is what you call Fed statement positive. This is what you call, too, with the rate hike positive. All of that is in action now, ladies and gentlemen. And keep in mind, we won't be seeing Powell again until May. So this was all positive, man. But we did it. We made it, ladies and gentlemen. The market is closed. This week is over with. It's in the books. It's history. We will never get this week back. But, man, what a week to remember. Oh, man. Oh, man. This is the Stock Market Live with LCLD. We're going to tune in to Secretary Jen. She probably about to wrap it up here shortly. Anyway, it's Friday. We're about to wrap it up here, but we're going to tune into her. When she leaves, we're out here, you guys. Hope y'all enjoy y'all weekend. The market is closed here. It did close in the green, too. Yes, sir. The indices closed all in the green. Dow closed up 78%. S&P 500 closed 1.17%. The NASDAQ closed 2.5%. The Russell 2000 closed 0.90 there. And it looks like the VIX closed down 6% out. So the VIX is still selling off. That's what's making these bulls rally, you guys. That is a good indicator there that this market might be bullish, you guys. We have definitely found the bottom. We are no longer at the bottom anymore. This is what you call the middle in the air type shit. Like the market is no longer at the bottom. So let's tune in to Secretary Jen, you guys. See what she's finished saying. Like I said, I hope y'all enjoy y'all weekend, man.
Process, and she, which won't surprise anyone, started studying and practicing and preparing as soon as she was nominated to serve on the Supreme Court, and that process has obviously picked up over the last couple of days, and so our team will be closely watching and monitoring the hearings next week. I'm sure we'll be responding to the inevitable doses of misinformation that travel out as well.
I also wanted to ask about COVID testing. The administration announced that families could order a second round of rapid tests a few weeks ago. I don't know when it was, but recently.
Yes, in the State of the Union.
Yes, thank you. Could you provide an update on how many tests you've shipped at this point, and whether there's been interest in that second round?
I can certainly check and see if we have an updated number. I know there's been interest, but we'll see if there's an updated number to provide. Brian, go ahead.
Thank you, Jen. I wanted to ask about the rapport between Xi and President Biden. The two men have shared a meal together. They've known each other for more than 10 years.
Yeah.
This is an important moment in U.S.-China relations. How did their personal rapport play into today's call?
Well, I would say they know each other. As you've noted, they've spent time together. They've had a range of direct and candid conversations. This is not the first, and that certainly contributes to the president's ability to be as direct as he is, whether it is laying out where we've come from and why we are at this point, and his great concerns and significant concerns about Russia's unprovoked invasion of Ukraine, and also what the implications and consequences would be. So there's no question that the president's time on the world stage, his prior relationship with President Xi, having spent time with him, engaged with him directly, had many multi-hour calls and meetings with him, contributes to his ability to have those type of conversations.
Did the president bring up those past meetings in this 2-hour call today?
I don't think there's a reason to bring them up. They both know.
So stocks end higher as S&P 500 notches its best week since 2020. That's the headlines.
Where is coming from. Go ahead.
In the first event with the president today, why didn't the president choose to address the phone call personally between he and President Xi?
Because it was about a different topic. And there's a lot of things the American people care deeply about. So it was his effort to communicate about a range of issues.
When you have the leader of the largest economy in the world and the second largest economy in the world, and they're talking, they could fall on either side of an invasion. The American people might want to hear directly from the president.
Well, we've provided a range of updates, briefings, readouts, and hopefully you all will be effective, as I'm sure you will, in communicating that to the American people.
On the call, did the president push China about business, the Chinese companies doing business in Russia?
Well, I would say first that, the president as we all have made clear, that there have been implications. As you see, while we have not asked companies to take specific steps, you look at Russia and what's happened there and what the implications have been for the Russian economy of companies pulling out. And that's certainly something for every country to watch as they're making decisions about which side of this conflict they're going to stand on. Go ahead.
Thanks, Jen. Poland is calling for an international peacekeeping mission in the Ukraine. Is that something the U.S. would entertain or support and possibly participate in?
I'd have to get more details on what that looks like. I'm happy to talk with our national security team about that.
And then I have like a fun Friday question.
Okay.
The House passed the Crown Act, which bans discrimination based on hairstyle. Is this something the administration supports? Would they sign it into law if the Senate passed it?
I have seen that. I have not talked to our legislative team about it. I'm happy to do that, and we'll see if we can get you a fun Friday answer back. Go ahead.
Thanks, Jen. In response to the mistreatment of African immigrants that were fleeing Ukraine, the White House did put out a statement a couple of weeks ago saying that they received assurances from the UN, Ukrainian authorities, and the governments that they're committed to the fair and equal treatment of those seeking departure. But doubling down on what are those assurances, because we're still hearing a lot of stories of incidents that are happening with those who are trying to flee.
Well, I think it is something we continue to watch closely, and we have seen reports of that we are concerned about. So we would just raise those concerns we have directly, and we felt it was important to put out a public statement at that time to follow up on.
Just a couple more questions. One, how soon can we expect the president to sign the anti-lynching bill?
I can check and see what the timing. I know we were waiting for the vice president, I think, to get back from travel, but yeah.
And lastly, about a quarter of Americans not vaccinated or partially vaccinated. Numbers aren't really budging. Is there any move or change to the definition of what is fully vaccinated?
That would be for the CDC to determine. There hasn't been a change at this point in time. It still remains 2 doses, but we are continuing to encourage any American who has not received a booster to do exactly that because it would provide them additional necessary protection. Go ahead.
On Judge Jackson's hearings next week, have some of that prep work included conversations between the nominee and the president, and any advice from the former chairman of the Judiciary Committee?
I'm not going to get into details about their private conversations.
So he has not played a role in sort of the prep or the...
He's not participating in the mock preps, no. But he is certainly excited about her hearings next week and being confirmed to serve on the bench.
Thanks, Jen. I've got a quick clarification and 2 questions about presidential conflicts of interest in foreign affairs. The first brief clarification is the New York Times reported this week that the first son remains under criminal investigation. Does the president still intend to stay out of that case?
Yes, it's the Department of Justice, and I will point you to them.
And my 2 questions about conflicts of interest in foreign affairs. First, I have a question about Russia, and then one about China. On Russia, you told me last year that you were unfamiliar with the Senate report that alleged that the first son, or a company linked to the first son, received $3.5 million from the richest woman in Russia. Subsequent reporting indicates that President Biden, when he was vice president, had a dinner in Georgetown with the same woman in 2015. This Yelena Ballerina, she has not been sanctioned yet by the U.S. government. How is President Biden navigating conflicts of interest when it comes to sanctioning people who have done business with his family? And can you explain to us what this $3.5 million was for?
I don't have any confirmation of the accuracy of that report, so I have no more further details.
Conflicts of interest, though, how he's navigating those when deciding sanctions.
What would be his conflicts of interest?
Well, his son's company allegedly got $3.5 million.
Which I have no confirmation of, and he has continued to sanction oligarchs more than we've ever sanctioned in the past, so I'm not sure that's a conflict of interest. Go ahead. Thank you. Go ahead.
I have a question about Russia now.
I think we're moving on because we got to get to more people. Go ahead.
My question about the conflict of interest when it comes to China is last year the first son's attorney said that he divested from a Chinese investment fund controlled by Chinese state-owned entities. We have received not even basic transparency about who bought out his stake, when this happened, and how much money changed hands. Did he actually divest? And if so, can you agree
He's
to
a
basic
private
transparency?
citizen. He doesn't work for the government. I'd point you to his representatives. Thank
His
you.
father's role as
I think
president.
we're done here. Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Did President Biden talk to President Xi Jinping about the escalate tensions on Korean Peninsula? How did President Xi respond on this?
Again, the vast majority of the call was about Russia's unprovoked invasion of Ukraine. And again, when President Xi raised Taiwan, the president reiterated the U.S. policy on Taiwan. Obviously, there are a lot of important issues that we discuss with the Chinese, some where we work together, some where we have strong concern, and there's a lot of channels for that. But that was the primary focus of the conversation. Go ahead.
This is Jana Zaghloul from Airway News TV Pakistan. Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan requested for a telephonic conversation with President Biden like many months ago. It's like more than 14 or 15 months. We haven't heard anything about that. Is there any specific reason for not communicating with the Pakistani leadership?
I don't have any update on a planned call or engagement. Obviously, we engage with Pakistan and a range of leaders at a number of levels through the State Department, for our national security team. But in terms of a call or engagement with the president, I don't have anything to predict on that front.
Recent visit of Russia, Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan told a public gathering that he will not be a slave of America like other politicians do. Would you like to comment on that? I don't know why you say that. But
we have a long relationship with Pakistan, and that is a relationship we'll continue through diplomatic channels. So I don't have any more comments on that. Go ahead.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Jeff.
Oh, we can go to both of you. Go ahead. Go. Well, I don't know whoever wants to go first. You can go. Rock, paper, scissors.
Thanks, John. You might have seen that President Putin held a rally at which he said of the Russian people that we have not had unity like this for a long time. Is that your perception? Do you have any comment?
Well, we're not going to respond to President Putin's misinformation and propaganda rally, which is how we see it.
And secondly, just a bigger picture question. There's been a lot of discussion this week about war crimes and war criminals. We're well aware the United States does not recognize the International Criminal Court.
We're not a member, yeah.
Yeah, not a member. President Biden believes that is the correct stance, and if so, doesn't that undercut the United States' moral authority?
Well, I would note that there are a range of international bodies that have ongoing international investigations. We would not be the ones prosecuting, of course. There'd be international bodies prosecuting any case on war crimes. We're going to feed data and information into that, and they support their process.
Okay, about the Western Balkans, please. Russia and China are spreading their influence a lot on Western Balkans, especially Bosnia, Herzegovina, and Kosovo. And the president is a friend of Bosnians and Kosovars. Can you assure people over there that America is still with them?
Absolutely. Please send that directly. Go ahead, Nazira.
Yeah, thank you very much. And as you know, we celebrate our Nowruz New Year. Afghan people as our expectation. Do you have any message? And also, yesterday, President Biden signed some document, PTS, for new arrival Afghan refugees.
Oh, TPS. Yes. We did. So the president did sign a TPS for Afghans, which means that those who have been in the country, and let me get you the exact information on that. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. So basically, so the TPS will apply only to those individuals who are already residing in the United States as of March 15, 2022, and meet all other requirements, including undergoing security and background checks. And this is a designation decided by the Department of Homeland Security through their process, and they designated Afghanistan for TPS on the statutory basis of ongoing armed conflict and extraordinary and temporary conditions. U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services estimates that approximately 74,500 individuals in the United States would become eligible for TPS through the designation for Afghanistan, and that includes 72,500 who have been paroled into the United States through Operation Allies Welcome, and approximately 2,000 Afghan nationals who did not participate in the Operation Allies Welcome and were otherwise in the United States already. So this is a new designation just announced this week.
New Year, Nowruz, any message for Afghan people, especially Afghan women?
Well, I would say we would send a message of Happy New Year's to at the Afghan people, and certainly a special shout out to Afghan women. And we have huge admiration for their courage, their bravery, and we will continue to stand with them during these challenging times. Thank you, everyone. Happy Friday.
All right, happy Friday to you too, Secretary Jen. Jen did it again. Well, the Cool Blue. She did it Cool Blue style right there at the closing. bell today on Friday. So, man, what an exciting close right there. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is and was the Stock Market Live with LCAOD. Didn't get to go over the earnings list with you guys here today, but we'll have it ready first thing Monday morning. Don't worry about it. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend, man. Enjoy the Friday. Go watch some March Madness, man. Go bet on something. If not, just kick back, like keep your feet up and go watch the game anyway. Go watch one of the games or something. I think the women's tournament's kicking off here tonight. So, yeah, man. Enjoy y'all weekend, man. We'll see y'all Monday, man. Hope you learned something this week. Hope you earned something this week. If you didn't, don't worry. If you did, don't worry. Because at the end of the day, there will be another opportunity next week, Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. through 4 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, this is and was the Stock Market Live with Let Cash Accumulate Over Days. See y'all Monday. Enjoy your weekend. Have a nice one. Peace out. LCAOD.